chance to be at the game Friday night, Game 3 here in Phoenix. All right, let's give you our BetMGM Network top plays. Last night, we told you that they were telling us to take the Cubs over the Mets on the money line, and you know how that happened.
First Alvarez with a 3-1 advantage. And he drives one deep left center field. Crew Armstrong back, and it's out of here! Francisco Alvarez puts the Mets in front with a 2-run homer!
Diamondbacks fans were crying. But, of course, David Amata, Dragon Ball's dad, was probably jumping up and down last night.
He called me last night to say thank you. He called. I kid you not, DK. He called me last night to say thank you for your Pirates beating the Reds, and thank goodness the Mets came back to win. I need to sit and watch the Diamondbacks game to see what's going to happen, but so far, it's been a pretty good day for me. That word for word, that's pretty much what he told me.
Big win. They were down 6-1 in that game at Wrigley Field and rallied to come back and win it by that score of 9-7. All right, we told you. So we did get a win last night. We got a win. We lost that one, but we did get a win because the Tigers-Indians under 3.5 came in. Gavin Williams was awesome. Tarek Skubal was awesome until he tried to throw the ball between his legs on a bunt, but we got that win.
I've been watching too much tennis, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's such a tennis move when you can't get to a ball.
between
Like,
your legs.
what? Oh, this is the only sport where you pull that move, right?
Exactly. But we've got our. I mentioned this the other day. We get this bet every week, and we get it again today.
I'm Michael Jenkins here to help you beat the books with the BetMGM Network. We're taking the Pirates Reds under 3.5 in the first 5. Paul Skeens is on the mound for the Buccos. The handicap get in right there. Anytime Skeens is on the mound, the first 5 is a must play, and this might be his last action in 2025. Hunter Green goes for the Reds. He's 7-4 with a 2.74 ERA. Two great pitchers going at it. Take the first 5 under 3.5. Pirates and Reds. I'm Michael Jenkins from the BetMGM Network. Bet smarter and beat the books, and download the BetMGM app today. Please gamble responsibly.
All right, so this game is about to get underway at Great American Ballpark. 3:40 first pitch. Hunter Green was just dynamite last time out. Complete game shutout to really kind of ignite the Reds on this run that they're on to put them back in a position to make the playoffs. So you got to like that under 5 bet there. The line right now is 3 runs in the first 5 innings with your guy Paul Skeens making what will likely be the final start of his season. He has a chance to finish over 500 if he can get a win today.
He needs to get a little bit of offensive help, and especially get it early, because Hunter Green, like you mentioned, he's been pretty good so far. And the fact of the matter is offensive help for both of these teams has not necessarily been what it needs to be. If they want to have a chance, for the Reds at least, to be in the postseason discussions. So I'd like to see Paul Skeens get a over 500 record. Not really going to find himself in that Jacob deGrom discussion of, but he didn't win that much for the Cy Young debate.
10-10 on the season with a 2.03 earned run average, 209 strikeouts on the year. So you figure he could probably finish above 215. That'd be a really solid second full season for Paul Skeens if he gets to there. Hunter Green, 7-4, has really come on late. You mentioned 2.74 ERA, 125 strikeouts. Did spend some time earlier this year on the injured list, but now back in pitching as the ace the Reds need to potentially try to make the postseason themselves. So that is our play, under 3 first 5 innings. We should know that before we're out of here tonight. So we'll let you know how that's going in the 5 o'clock hour. Dragon Ball is getting you home every 20 minutes on the 5s with your traffic and your weather.
From the AutoNation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together. We have an incident with unknown injuries over at West McGee Road and North La Cañada Drive. All directions you get to the intersection here, grinding to a stop. If you're on McGee or La Cañada, try to avoid this intersection if you can. We have another one over here with property damage reported over at East Saurita Road and South Delgado Road. Majority of the backup here going to be focused on Saurita. For your weather, we're still at the triple digits right now at 102. We're going to stay in the triple digits till we finally start getting the cool downs coming at around 6 o'clock tonight. I'm Dragon Ball with your Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together.
This report is sponsored by Rooter Ranger 24/7 Plumbing, Sewer, and Drains. For fast, affordable plumbing and emergency drain services, call Rooter Ranger and get out of plumbing danger. RooterRanger.com.
888-7-RANGER. Get you out of plumbing danger.
This is Ron.
I'm the president of Alaskan AC. Our main job is keeping you comfortable, and we hope that puts a smile on your face. But we recently met someone we just made smile just by being on the radio.
I giggle every time I hear you guys come on. My daughter laughs at me because I can hear the jingle start, and I immediately turn the volume up.
That's our new friend Charisse. Not a customer, just somebody who needed a laugh, and we just happened by.
My husband passed away 5 years ago. I was diagnosed with cancer 5 years ago. I fell into a very dark depression. You guys make me so happy, so I can't say thank you enough. I really, truly can't.
That's awesome.
No matter how we made you happy, we just want to say thanks. You're the reason we've been keeping Arizona chill since 1972.
The Grizz cracks me up, and I've actually repeated it to people because some of them don't know who you guys are. So I have to say, oh, you have to listen to them. They're so funny.
Reach out anytime at alaskanac.com.
Find what you love what you find. A Total Wine and More. There's so much waiting for you. Spirits and beer, thousands of wines. Guides in the know and prices so low. It just might blow your mind. You're gonna find what you love and love what you find.
With curbside pickup and delivery available, you'll always find what you love, only at Total Wine & More.
Drink responsibly, B21.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Wildcat fans, Arizona football tickets are on sale now. Join the party at Arizona Stadium all season long as your Arizona Wildcats take on year 2 in the Big 12. There's nothing better than an Arizona football game day, from the tailgating scene to the action on the field. So bring a friend and get your tickets now by calling 520-621-2287. That's 621-CATS, or by visiting ArizonaWildcats.com/FB. And as always, bear down.
Attention pickleball fans, Arizona's largest indoor pickleball facility is now open in Oro Valley. Enjoy your favorite sport indoors without heat or weather delays. The Pickler is located on Oracle in Oro Valley with an unlimited membership model. No pay-per-play fees. Enjoy full amenities, including locker rooms, player lounges, and a pro shop. The Pickler has everything you need for an amazing pickleball experience. The Pickler is part of a fast-growing national network with 52 locations. Become a member and download the app to reserve courts and join clinics, leagues, and tournaments right from your phone. And you'll never have to worry about playing in the heat at the Pickler. Located at 11855 North Oracle Road in the Oro Valley Marketplace, now open. So let the fun begin. Learn more at thepickler.com.
And this Friday, we have a sweet deal for you from the Pickler. You can get a $60 gift certificate to use towards court reservations for just $30. And this sweet deal will go on sale this Friday morning at 8:30 at WildcatsRadio1290.com.
It's that time of year. School is back. Football is back. And better yet, Truck Month is back at O'Reilly Chevrolet. If you're looking for that perfect truck, we might have it. The Chevy Silverado, the #1 selling full-size pickup in Arizona for the last 3 years, is available right now. So see us at O'Reilly Chevrolet on Broadway next to Park Place Mall. Call 747-8000 or go to O'Reilly.com. See us at O'Reilly Chevrolet during Truck Month, giving you more since 1924. Together, let's drive.
Tune into Wildcats Radio 1290 weekly for Brett Brennan's Football Press Conference, where you can catch up on all things Arizona football this season. The Football Press Conference, sponsored by Coors Light.
This is Andrew Bogish with a Sports Minute. Whether it was just a football decision or job preservation from head coach Brian Dable and GM Joe Schoen, the Giants had no other choice but to start rookie QB Jackson Dart. Russell Wilson is just not good enough anymore, and this offense has been too anemic for too long. The Giants have scored less than 10 points 7 times since the start of last season. That's 4 more than any other team. I'm Andrew Bogish.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey, want to hear something great? Right now at Wendy's, you can get 2 of the #1 selling bacon cheeseburger in all fast food, the JBC, plus medium fries and a medium soft drink for just $8. Want to hear something else great? Double the burger means double the bacon. Now that's a game changer. 2 of the #1 bacon cheeseburgers with fries and a drink for just $8. Gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only. U.S. price and participation may vary. Request $8 JBC meal deal to obtain discount. Individual items at regular price.
DK on the sports tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
All right, in case you're not aware, we've got a huge contest going on here. It's called 5K a day. We are giving away $1,000 5 times a day. How this works is we give you a national keyword. You have to text that keyword, and you can enter for a chance to win. We do this, again, 5 times a day. I give you a keyword between 6 and 9, one between 9 and 11, one between 11 and 2, one between 2 and 4, and one between 4 and 7. I'm going to give you the keyword right now between 2 and 4 because it's about to expire here. So you got about 15 minutes to text this keyword. It's play, Play, play to 95819. 95819. Text play to 95819. Your chance to win $1,000. You've already given away $3,000 today. We're going to give away another $1,000 and then another $1,000. So $2 more $1,000 to be given away this afternoon in our national 5K a day contest. All right, the Pima Aztecs men's soccer team is off to a 8-1 start. Shocker, shocker. Then the number 7 team in the country. No surprise there at all. Let's talk to one of their talented sophomores. He joins us right now on the show. Midfielder Robert Castaneda out of Nogales High School is our guest. Robert, appreciate you taking a few minutes to join us. 8-1. That one loss is to Phoenix, which, of course, it's the rival, Pima in Phoenix. So I want to ask you this question, Robert. Are all the rest of these games just kind of practice warm-up games to get to the real games against Phoenix? Because those seem to be the games every year that are the most important.
Hi there. Nice to be here. And answering your question, no, every game is important for us because we get better every day. We practice hard every day, and every game is important. 3 points, so we don't take anything for granted here.
There you go, and you're coming off the 4-0 win over Scottsdale, in which you scored a goal in that game. 5 goals this season. What has been the key to you having your offensive success so far this early part of the year?
Well, it's chemistry, and we have a lot of depth in the team. We have a lot of offensive players, defensive players. It's everyone. It's everyone in the team, from the defenders, goalkeepers, all the way to the forwards, and including the bench, the people that come out of the bench. Everyone is on fire, and everyone is important in the team.
Robert,
that's why we have a lot of depth.
Robert Castaneda is joining us. He's a sophomore midfielder for the Pima Aztecs. They are off to a 8-1 start to this season. Robert, you're a midfielder. Obviously, normally we see a lot of the forwards getting the scoring opportunities. What is it about this offense that allows you guys in the midfield to get your opportunities to score the ball?
Well, we like going at people. We like playing outside in the wings of forward, and that leaves us space in the midfield. Everyone works hard to be in their places, So anyone can get a goal, even the defenders. We have some people in the defense, a lot of people over at the top, like Leo, Yus, Alejandro, a lot of good players that stick balls in at the back of the net.
Yeah, you mentioned Leo. That would be Leonel Gutierrez. He is just having a fabulous start to his season. He has scored, he's had 3 hat tricks already this season. For folks not aware, that's 3 goals in one game. He did it on August the 30th against Yavapai, did it on the 9th of September against Chandler Gilbert, and then did it in the game the other night, last night, in fact, against Scottsdale. What's been going on with Leonel? What's he been eating that he's been able to get all these goals for you guys?
We have a lot of confidence in him, as well as the other guys, and whoever that's up there can score how many goals that they want, but it's part of the discipline and being at the right place at the right moment.
We're chatting with Robert Castaneda, sophomore midfielder for the Pima soccer team out of Nogales, Arizona. Robert, you were on this team last year. Obviously, a lot of success getting to the national tournament. What was fun? What did you love about playing on this team last year? That kind of, obviously, you made the decision to come to Pima, and I was imagining getting to the national tournament kind of solidifies one of the reasons why you made that decision to play for Coach Dave Cosgrove.
Well, it was a important decision. It was a great decision for me, and I love being here at Pima. Since I got here, the guys welcomed me very good, and the team last year, we had a lot of chemistry, even this year, and hoping that we can do it again this year.
And you got a couple of your old teammates from down with the Apaches that are up here this year. Gustavo Duran, a freshman goal keeper, is on the team, as well as Alec Pearl. Did you kind of twist their arm and say, hey, you got to come up here and play with me at Pima?
I wanted to. I wanted them to be here, and they were important people over there back in Nogales, and having them up here, it's great. It's great.
What's your background? When did you start? How old were you when you started playing?
When I started playing here, when I started playing soccer, I was around 4 years old over there in my hometown. I was born in Mexico, and I started playing over there in those leagues, those local leagues, and then worked my way up little by little.
What part of Mexico were you born and raised in?
Nogales, Sonora.
Oh, so you were just born on the other side of the border?
Yeah, I was just born on the other side of the border.
Now, did you live there? Did you live in Nogales, Sonora, while you were going to Nogales High School, or did you move over to the American side?
I lived 1 year only, and then moved back to Nogales, Arizona.
Okay, it's interesting. I always tell people it's like it's two different cities. It's like it's like on the American side, it's like this sleepy little border town, and then you cross over to the other side, and it's like you're right in the middle of New York City. There's like people everywhere. What's your favorite thing about being from Nogales, Sonora?
The culture. I like the culture. I love my people there, and whoever's down there, my family. I miss them. I miss them so much. My parents, and the culture over there. It's great. It's comfortable. I love living over there. Love staying over there. Everyone likes their going back home and having a good day over there.
Who were some of your early influences, Robert? Who taught? Did your dad, was he one of was he the first one that taught you the game? Were there early coaches that influenced you, that allowed you to progress to the point where you could play collegiately?
Yes, actually, my dad. My dad was one of the guys that taught me, that told me everything about soccer. He was my first coach, actually. He was my first coach, and he's always supported me throughout my whole career. Until this day, my parents are an important part of my life.
What's the biggest thing he taught you about the game when you started playing? What were some of the things he told you early on that helped you become successful at it?
It's everything. I think from passing my first ball, from giving me motivation, from being there for me. That I like that, and he gives me confidence, a lot of confidence, and yeah, that's it. He's been there.
Obviously, if you're going to be in the midfielder, you got to be able to pass the ball. So you got that training early on, for sure. I was looking at your bio, Robert. It said that your favorite food is your mom's cocido. Am I pronouncing that correctly? What is cocido?
Cocido is like a soup with a lot of vegetables and meat. It's my favorite food.
What vegetables is she putting in there?
Lettuce, what else? Carrots, squash. A lot of the good things.
Nice. So does she make a big nice bowl, nice pot of that for the whole team?
Not yet. Not yet. Looking forward to it. Not yet. But
well, we better keep that a secret because they're gonna want some of that.
Yeah.
Hey, Robert, we appreciate you taking a few minutes to join us. Continued success. Again, you guys are off to a hot start. Number 7 in the country, 8-1 on the season. The only loss to Phoenix. That rematch will be coming up here a week from Saturday, October the 4th, at the West Campus Aztec Field at 8 o'clock. It's the game to see every year, Pima and Phoenix. A home game coming up, though, this Saturday against Mesa. Best of luck, Robert, and looking forward to watching this team and seeing you guys make hopefully another trip back to Nationals.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Robert,
looking forward to it.
There you go. Robert Castaneda, sophomore midfielder, Pima Soccer out of Nogales, Arizona. DK on the Sports Tip, hour number 1 in the books. Much more coming up for you straight ahead. We're going to chat some Mike Gundy firing, who might be the next head coach of the Oklahoma State Cowboys, and might one of their more famous alums who is playing in the NFL right now get his wish on who he wants that coach to be. We will ask Braden Bush. He writes the beat right there in Stillwater. DK on the Sports Tip. You are listening to Wildcats Radio 1290.
From the Auto Nation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together. We have an incident with property damage at North Cotero Road and West Arizona Pavilions Drive. This one slowing things down on Cotero, particularly as you come off the I-10. Prepare for some backup there. Also, an accident with injuries at North Columbus Boulevard and East Flower Street, just south of Glen here. Most of the slowing going to be on Columbus. For your weather, still at 102. We'll stay that way all the way to 5 o'clock until we start seeing the cool down. Going to be out of the 90s by 9 p.m. I'm Dragon Ball with you, Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together.
This report is sponsored by Rooter Ranger 24/7 Plumbing, Sewer, and Drains. For fast, affordable plumbing and emergency drain services, call Rooter Ranger and get out of plumbing danger. RooterRanger.com.
888-7-RANGER. Get you out of plumbing danger.
Attention pickleball fans, Arizona's largest indoor pickleball facility is now open in Oro Valley. Enjoy your favorite sport indoors without heat or weather delays. The Pickler is located on Oracle in Oro Valley with an unlimited membership model. No pay-per-play fees. Enjoy full amenities, including locker rooms, player lounges, and a pro shop. The Pickler has everything you need for an amazing pickleball experience. The Pickler is part of a fast-growing national network with 52 locations. Become a member and download the app to reserve courts and join clinics, leagues, and tournaments right from your phone. And you'll never have to worry about playing in the heat at the Pickler. Located at 11855 North Oracle Road in the Oro Valley Marketplace. Now open. So let the fun begin. Learn more at thepickler.com.
And this Friday, we have a sweet deal for you from The Pickler. You can get a $60 gift certificate to use towards court reservations for just $30. And this sweet deal will go on sale this Friday morning at 8:30 at WildcatsRadio1290.com.
Tobacco Barn presents the continuing saga of Captain Tobacco.
My hero.
To advertise up to 40% off at Tobacco Barn, paying no city or state sales tax, and saving up to $3 off with a coupon at TobaccoBarnTucson.com, I'm going to jump from this airplane at 30,000 feet.
I hope he's careful.
It's Tucson's only place to save up to 40% on all your favorite tobacco products. You'll pay no city or state sales tax because they're on the reservation.
Wait, where's the ripcord?
And save up to another $3 off with a coupon at TobaccoBarnTucson.com.
Oh no, he forgot his parachute.
I did it!
Hooray!
That's why I'm Captain Tobacco!
Captain, you seem a little shorter.
I prefer vertically challenged, my dear.
Tobacco Barn, Nogales Highway just south of Valencia. Check TobaccoBarnTucson.com.
Or did everyone else get taller?
Oh, brother.
Why do Tucson drivers choose Oro Ford? It's the exclusive Oro Ford Advantage. I'll break it down for you. Save 2% on taxes right off the top. No expensive dealer add-ons, no gimmicks. When I say $6K off MSRP on Explorers, that's every Explorer, not just select models. I will meet or beat any out-the-door price or pay you $500 cash. I'm Alex Medina. We're proud to bring you the exclusive Oro Ford Advantage.
Wow, it's you, the Capital One Bank guy.
That's what they call me.
Mind if I get a selfie?
Yeah, sure thing. Save no fees or minimums on your Capital One checking account.
Wow, that's a keeper. So, where are you heading?
I'm off to spread the good news that Capital One helps people keep more money in their wallet with no overdraft fees.
Oh, you're the best Capital One Bank guy.
Hey, mind if I get a selfie?
Sure.
Say, Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
Oh, how's that flu, babe? Did you take Dayquil Intense Flu yet?
Nah, I got this. Ugh, okay, I don't got this.
You stay on the couch, and I'll grab the Dayquil.
Undo your flu symptoms with Dayquil Intense Flu. Dayquil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms.
I'm ready for that to-do list.
Wow, you do got this.
Dayquil Intense Flu. The daytime coughing, aching, fever, under your flu medicine. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Wow, this is bad.
Oh no, how bad? When will my AC be fixed?
You know, I don't know. It's your flux capacitor. They don't make them anymore. Special order. Couple grand easy.
Oh my God, what?
Don't get air conned into paying for shoddy service and stuff you don't need. Put Goodfellas on the job. Goodfellas AC will repair or install your AC the right way the first time. You'll know up front exactly what it'll cost and how long it'll take. No surprises and free second opinions. Good service, good prices, Goodfellas.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter?
Right? And the best part? They accept Discover.
Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right, so we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds. With that kind of money, you could go big time and skip the regular line at the airport and pay for speedy security. Imagine not having to quickly unpack and pack at the place you already came packed to. And wearing your shoes the whole time you're there? You can't put a price on that kind of luxury. Well, actually you can, and you paid for it. Switch to Progressive and you could save big time for speedy security. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states. Potential savings will vary.
KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus Media Station. The Wildcats Radio 1290 studios are brought to you by ICCU at ICCU.com. We are your home for Arizona athletics. This is Wildcats Radio 1290.
DK on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Hour number 2 of our program, 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on said program. I gave you, again, we've got this tremendous promotion we've got going on right now. $5K a day. We're giving away $1,000 5 times per day. I just gave you the one national keyword. That was for the 2 to 4 o'clock segment of our giveaway. I'll give you another one. Now we've got the 4 to 7 o'clock segment of our giveaway. So I've got another keyword coming up for you. I'll give that to you in about an hour. What do you say about that? About an hour. So right about 5 o'clock, I'll give you this other keyword, your chance to win $1,000. When I give you that keyword, You're going to text it to 95819. 95819. I'll text you back to confirm your entry. Data and messaging rates may apply. Of course, we would prefer that you not text and drive when you enter this contest. So if you want to enter, when I give you that keyword, just pull over, and then you can enter it and have an opportunity to win $1,000.
You know, DK, it strikes me that our listeners are obviously incredibly intelligent. So maybe we should do like a riddle or something like that. For people who could figure out the riddle, they could get the keyword slightly ahead of everybody else.
Oh, wow. I didn't think about that. What would you come out?
I mean, there's a lot of ways to go with this one, but I'll have to brainstorm that in the next commercial break.
We mentioned yesterday that the Arizona Wildcats basketball team has opened up training camp for this upcoming season. We went through the schedule, which is a little bit of a gauntlet on the second half of it, or the last half of it.
I'm looking forward
11
to
games.
The preseason rankings and seeing what numbers pop up against those teams in that final stretch.
How soon will that, you think we'll get those rankings?
Not too much further. Yeah, I mean, the preseason AP poll should be coming out anytime.
So yesterday we were on campus. We went over for the football presser, the coordinators, and then we get a chance to talk to the players as well. And so I come out and I'm walking to my car, and there's this guy in this. It's like, what was it yesterday? Probably like 95 degrees outside. It was hot.
Yeah,
it was hot. And there's this guy walking around McKale in this black suit. I mean, dressed to the nines, black suit. He's clearly just got off of a plane or something, because he had his little rolling suitcase with him. So I was thinking, man, he must have just came straight from the airport to campus, and he's walking around. I'm like, I mean, Jesus, did he not know how hot it was going to be here? Why is he wearing a black suit? Granted, it is fall officially now. I think it was yesterday. Was the day before yesterday was the first day of fall.
The day I have to put a parka on is the first day.
Exactly.
Of fall. That's not today.
Well, we always joke how many high school Friday nights can you get to before you have to put on a coat? And I think last year we got to the second week of the playoffs before you had to go and grab a coat for the games in the evening. So yeah, it's not even close to. We still got. And we're only in this is week 6 of the high school football season coming up. So we still got at least probably 5 or 6 weeks to go before we should have to grab a coat or something to pull over for Friday night. Unless, of course, you're down in covering a game in Benson or someplace like that. It's a little bit higher elevation. Then you might need that coat or jacket here in the next week or two. But, so this guy's one. I'm wondering, I'm like, who is this guy? He looks like he might be somebody important. Couldn't figure out who. So then last night, lo and behold, this guy, national basketball writer, tweets out from outside McKale Center, and it was Jon Rothstein from CBS Sports, who's the guy that I saw yesterday walking around in a black suit. I mean, full suit, tie, pants, black shoes. I mean, you'd have thought he was going to a funeral. I was like, I hope there's no funeral going on here right now on campus. But he was dressed to the nines, clearly got into town because, Jon Rothstein, if you follow him on CBS, he goes around to all of the different teams. I believe I saw him tweet he was here yesterday. He was up at Grand Canyon's practice today. And so he came into town. He peruses the teams that he's going to be covering and talking about all season long. I would imagine he met with Tommy Lloyd and probably talked to some of the players as well. But, it was cool. It was cool. I'd never seen Jon Rothstein in person. I follow him on Twitter, and so I've seen pictures of him. But I would not have known that was him had he not tweeted about it later in the evening.
He's not in your bank of people,
I would not
and you have no interactions with him.
Yeah,
that whole face memory thing.
Yeah, I had no face memory. So Jon Rothstein, national writer, was here yesterday.
Mahopic's finest. He's Ithaca, New York guy is when he went to college.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, Ithaca College or
Ithaca College. Yeah,
Cornell.
Ithaca College.
Okay, cool. So let's hear what Jon. So Jon put out a tweet and with some observations of Arizona Wildcats basketball practice. Let's hear what Jon Rothstein, national basketball writer for CBS Sports, had to say.
Jon Rothstein with this Rothstein reaction after watching Arizona practice at the McKale Center in Tucson. Year 5 of the Tommy Lloyd era features a nice blend of youth and experience. 3 players are back: Jaden Bradley, Anthony Del Orso, and Toby Owaka from last year's team that went to the Sweet 16 and lost to Duke. Mo Krevish is also back, healthy after only playing 8 games last year due to a foot injury. But for Arizona to again be a national force in 25-26, it needs its freshmen, 2 guys in particular, Koa Pete and Braden Burries, to produce with regularity. Pete was sensational on Tuesday in practice, initiating offense out of the high post and also swallowing up rebound after rebound, while Burries could be the guy who takes over for the Wildcats when they need a bucket late in the shot clock. I'm Jon Rothstein reminding you that this is only September.
It is only September, but the practices have begun. The Red-Blue game is next Friday night. So that's kind of the official beginning for us. And then we've got the first exhibition game, which is only, 2 weeks after that? Because, Friday night, and then I think the first exhibition game is the 18th or the 19th of October. So we'll actually have people in the seats at McKale looking at that fabulous new floor. So,
incidentally, that's what the internet is telling me. The AP poll will come out mid-October,
Okay.
so right before that first exhibition game.
There we go. So Jonathan Rothstein didn't necessarily, kind of laid out much of what we think this Arizona basketball team is going to be this season in terms of you've got some veterans that are here in terms of Toby Waka and Anthony Del Orso, who was here last year. He mentioned Mo Krevish coming back from the injury. Jaden Bradley, the point guard at point guard U. But it's going to be these freshmen. They're going to have to step up. Surprised that he almost made it sound like, when you think about last year's team and the pieces that you're missing, Caleb Love being the number one piece, and the pieces that are coming in, he almost made it sound to me when I first heard that, Braden Burries might be the new Caleb Love. Now, again, this is a freshman, and I'm not trying to put that kind of pressure on Braden Burries, but I was surprised to hear him say this might be the guy that they're leaning on to make shots late in the shot clock. Did that surprise you to hear him say that?
No, not at all, because watching Braden Burries' film, that's what he's all about. He is a tight spaces, low economy type of player where, if you think about guys like Book, right? Book needs 2 dribbles in space to get space and open shot and rise up, straight up. I love Caleb Love, no pun intended. However, Caleb had a propensity to take difficult shots, DK. Take shots against double teams, take shots fading. Everything I've seen of Braden Burries is really much more economical, really much more straight up and down, getting into his shot. Now, will you put the pressure of, hey, we need a bucket here to win this game, it's all on you, Braden? No. Because we all think of Mike Bibby being the leader of the 97 championship team. Do you know how many upperclassmen guards were on that team? Miles Simon was a junior, right? Same here. We're talking about Braden Burries coming in, Koa Pete coming in, the 2 names you think of, 2 top 10 high school recruits as having a big load on them. But we have a senior point guard, DK. You got a guy in Mo Krevish who's been around college basketball for 4 years, even if he didn't play too many games last year. And Toby Owaka has a ton of experience, and Del Orso as well. So you talk about the senior leaders, the upperclassmen leadership. I love the balance here. The guys coming back from the program who can teach those young guys. The healthiest programs have upperclassmen who, along with the coaching staff, teach those incoming players, transfers, and freshmen what it takes to put on that Wildcat uniform, what it's all about to be a member of the Tucson basketball community and to be a part of that legacy of Arizona Wildcats basketball. Having those upperclassmen to help those young players along the way, and the pressure. Toby Owaka can gobble up rebounds too, DK. Mm-hmm. So if Koa Pete's not doing that, Toby Owaka can. Jaden Bradley can make tough shots. So if Braden Burries isn't doing it, Del Orso, Bradley, so many guys on that roster. I think they're undervalued. This team as a whole has all the pieces to be one of the top 10 teams in the country. We'll see how that goes. I'm like you. I'm not crowning anybody until they actually play meaningful games under pressure. That's the real test. But as far as the pieces coming in, the coaching staff and their vision of what they want this team to be, and guess what? 1 year of experience knowing what it's like to go into places like Ames, Iowa, to go into Lawrence. Those teams in the Big 12, the upperclassmen can guide some of those younger players into what to expect in those experiences, what to expect from the physicality of the league, refs maybe swallowing their whistle a little bit. I really love the balance. You got to have upperclassmen, even if your best players, quote unquote, are 18-year-olds in the long run, talking 15, 20 years down the road. Having guys who are juniors and seniors to lead the way, I love this roster. I think it's really set up for success.
520-848-1290, 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. Want to hear from you on that. What did you think of what Mr. Jon Rothstein? Let's play it again for those that maybe did not hear what Mr. Rothstein, the analyst, one of the college basketball writers from CBS, had to say.
Jon Rothstein with this Rothstein reaction after watching Arizona practice at the McKale Center in Tucson. Year 5 of the Tommy Lloyd era features a nice blend of youth and experience. 3 players are back: Jaden Bradley, Anthony Del Orso, and Toby Owaka from last year's team that went to the Sweet 16 and lost to Duke. Mo Krevish is also back, healthy after only playing 8 games last year due to a foot injury. But for Arizona to again be a national force in 25-26, it needs its freshmen, 2 guys in particular, Koa Pete and Braden Burries, to produce with regularity. Pete was sensational on Tuesday in practice, initiating offense out of the high post and also swallowing up rebound after rebound, while Burries could be the guy who takes over for the Wildcats when they need a bucket late in the shot clock. I'm Jon Rothstein reminding you that this is only September.
It is only September. So what do you think right there of what Jon Rothstein had to say about your Arizona Wildcats? 520-848-1290. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. You can call us at that number. You can text us at that number. I have got 2 sweet deals for you this week. I'm going to tell you about one now, and I'll tell you about one coming up after the break. So I've got a sweet deal for Slaughterhouse, 8:30 in the morning on Friday, WildcatsRadio1290.com, Slaughterhouse sweet deal, $10. That's all it's going to cost you. Normally to get in there it would be $20. I've got a sweet deal for you for $10. Slaughterhouse celebrating its 21st and final year. It is a bone-chilling haunted house transformed from a 1950s meat packing plant into one giant horrifying walkthrough. There are 30-plus themed scenes with graveyard crypts, an infested boiler room, creepy clowns, and what they like to call Cirque du Soleil, and City Meats, the human meat packing plant. It was voted best haunted house in the United States, entire United States, in 2021, and the best in Arizona now for the last 6 years running. Don't miss your chance to see this icon of Tucson and one of the best haunted houses in the country. It's open right now, not now as in today, but it's open this week, Thursday through Sunday through October. You can get more information at slaughterhousetucson.com. This is a sweet deal, Friday morning, 8:30 a.m., WildcatsRadio1290.com to Slaughterhouse. You can get a ticket, a $20 ticket for just $10. That is one of 2 sweet deals I have for you. I'll tell you about the other one coming up a little bit later in this hour. DK on the sports tip. We're going to talk some Mike Gundy straight ahead. Fired yesterday as the head coach of the Oklahoma State Cowboys just a week before the Cowboys get here to Tucson for the Wildcats Big 12 home opener for 2025. We'll check in on what's going on down in Stillwater and who might be the next coach. Dragon Ball is getting you home every 20 minutes on the 5s with your traffic and your weather.
From the AutoNation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together. We have a crash on the right shoulder of the I-10 going eastbound near the 22nd and 29th Street exit at milepost 259, so prepare for some backup there. And reminder that gas line works impacting traffic on Glen Street west of Campbell Avenue. Try to use Fort Lowell to get around that instead. For your weather, we're currently sitting at about 102 degrees still, eventually getting all the way down to 97 by 6 p.m. I'm Dragon Ball with your Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together.
This report is sponsored by Rooter Ranger 24/7 Plumbing, Sewer, and Drains.
For fast, affordable plumbing and emergency drain services, call Rooter Ranger and get out of plumbing danger. RooterRanger.com.
888-7-RANGER. Get you out of plumbing danger.
The Slaughterhouse is celebrating its 21st and final year. Voted Best Haunted House in the USA in 2021 and Best in Arizona for 6 years in a row. A bone-chilling haunted house transformed from a 1950s meatpacking plant into one giant, horrifying walkthrough. 30-plus horror-themed scenes with graveyard cribs, an infested boiler room, creepy clowns, and Cirque du Soleil, and City Meets Human Packing Plant. Help them make the 21st and final year their best ever. Don't miss your last chance to see this icon of Tucson and one of the best haunted houses in the country. Now open Thursdays through Sundays throughout October. SlaughterhouseTucson.com. And this Friday, we have a sweet deal for you from the Slaughterhouse. You can get your Slaughterhouse admission ticket for just $10, originally $20. And this sweet deal goes on sale this Friday morning at 8:30 at WildcatchRadio1290.com.
Tucson, why do drivers choose Oral Ford? Because nothing beats the Oral Ford Advantage. Here's how it works. Lowest tax rate in Arizona. No tricky dealer add-ons. The largest new Ford inventory in Tucson. And no gimmicks. When I say $6K off MSRP on Broncos, that means all Broncos, not just select models. I will meet or beat any out-the-door price or pay you $500 in cash. I'm Alex Medina, and I'm fired up to bring you the Oral Ford Advantage. Drive a little, save a lot at Oral Ford.
Here's your shot at winning $1,000. It's $5K a day on Wildcats Radio 1290. Text the national keyword SPEND right now to 95819. That's SPEND to 95819. We'll text you back to confirm your entry. Data and message rates may apply. Please don't text and drive.
Your shot at $5K a day is happening now. Listen for the national keyword 5 times each weekday. Then text the keyword to 95819. 5 winners, $1,000 each. $5K a day.
Sean Furrier here for Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. Whether you're new to Arizona or you've been driving here for decades, we all share the same roads and the same extreme driving conditions like extreme Arizona heat, extremely large potholes, some extremely flooded roads, and there's always extremely distracted drivers, pedestrians, and that guy who drives his scooter backwards into oncoming traffic. You're driving in the world's largest video game, stopping, starting, turning, heating up, and cooling down. And that's just your afternoon commute. Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care's 14 award-winning locations have been helping drivers just like you get home safely for over 60 years. With top-quality tire brands, no hidden extras, and one low price. Jack Furrier has everything you need to stay in the game, like wheel alignments, batteries, brakes, air conditioning, service at prices that won't break the bank. Ask a neighbor or friend about Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care's friendly service, or stop by, make an appointment online, or call ahead to the local's choice. Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care, since 1960, here to get you there.
Now that I'm a dad, I can't stop thinking about what would happen to my kids if something happened to me, like losing the house or not affording college.
Yeah, that used to keep me up at night too. It's why I finally got life insurance from Ethos. It's 100% online. No medical exams, just a few health questions. I got $2 million in coverage for around $2 a day.
I never realized it was that simple. Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game.
Rates may vary. Build monthly. Sample rate 10-year term life policy for a 35-year-old healthy non-smoking male.
There's never a good time for plumbing issues.
No.
Honey, my parents are here.
Oh, man.
Don't worry. With Drain Masters in Tucson, not only do you get local, professional, full-service plumbing with 24/7 scheduled or emergency service, you get a lifetime transferable warranty on all house water repiping. So this...
They brought my aunts and uncles, too!
...is gonna be fine. Drain Masters, we do it all. And now offering financing. Solid service, fair price, guaranteed. DrainMastersTucson.com.
I'm Bridget Condon with NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network. The future is now in New York as the Giants plan to start rookie quarterback Jackson Dart on Sunday against the 3-0 Chargers, according to NFL Network insiders Ian Rappaport and Mike Garafolo. Russell Wilson is expected to be the backup with Jameis Winston as the third string. Elsewhere, just 3 weeks into the season, the Texans are releasing safety C.J. Gardner-Johnson. He joined the team via trade from the Eagles back in March. The Buccaneers will be without one of their stars going forward, as NFL Network insider Tom Pelissero is reporting Mike Evans is expected to miss multiple weeks with a hamstring injury he suffered on Sunday. And the Commanders could also be without their top receiver. Terry McLaurin's status for Week 4 in Atlanta is up in the air, according to Tom Pelissero. McLaurin suffered a quad injury on Sunday and is getting additional opinions. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
I'm Scott Hansen, host of NFL Red Zone. Lowe's knows Sundays hit different when you earn them. We've got you covered with outdoor power equipment from Cobalt and everything you need to weatherproof your deck with Trex decking. Plus, with lawn care from Scott's and, of course, Pit Boss grills and accessories, you can get a home field advantage all season long. So get to Lowe's, get it done, and earn your Sunday. Lowe's, official partner of the NFL.
Now that I'm a dad, I can't stop thinking about what would happen to my kids if something happened to me, like losing the house or not affording college.
Yeah, that used to keep me up at night too. It's why I finally got life insurance from Ethos. It's 100% online. No medical exams, just a few health questions. I got $2 million in coverage for around $2 a day.
I never realized it was that simple. Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game.
Rates may vary. Bill monthly. Sample rate 10-year term life policy for a 35-year-old healthy non-smoking male.
DK on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
All right, Arizona is going to be playing Iowa State this weekend in Ames, Iowa, and then the Wildcats will come home for their Big 12 home opener against Oklahoma State, a program that was in the news this week because the AD fired their longtime head coach. Well, the AD, I don't know, probably the president made that decision ultimately, but Mike Gundy is out as head coach at Oklahoma State. Let's find out a little bit about what's going on in Stillwater, Oklahoma. Braden Bush joins us. He is the beat writer for the Oklahoma State Cowboys with the Stillwater News Press. Braden, appreciate you taking a few minutes to join us. First of all, just what was Tuesday like in Stillwater, Oklahoma? A day like they have not seen in a long time.
Yeah, you're right. A long time, you know. I mean, it was kind of, I mean, it's kind of an overused word, but really the most fitting thing was just kind of surreal, you know. I mean, Gundy was in the middle of his 21st season as head coach at Oklahoma State. And, you know, at a place like OSU, especially a midseason firing is kind of not ideal, kind of surprising, especially at the point in the week it came in, you know. He has his weekly media press conference on Monday afternoons. And everything proceeded as normal with that. Had Gundy on Monday, and he said he had not talked to athletic director Chad Weiberg or anybody else about his future, and was, you know, full steam ahead for Baylor and talking about them. And then the next morning, they announced the firing. So it was kind of came at a surprising time for everybody, I think.
And when you look at this, and obviously you're around this program, Braden, when did you get a sense that this might be the end? Obviously, this was a team that was favored near the top of the Big 12 last year, along with Arizona, two teams that did not maybe live up to expectations in 2024. And then you go through this summer and things don't go well on the trip to Oregon, obviously, a game where the Cowboys really were not competitive. But did you get a sense, was it last year? Was it in fall camp where there inklings that, yeah, maybe this team's not going to be on par with what we've seen in the past? When did you kind of get a sense that this might be where the situation was headed?
For sure. Yeah. You know, I mean, I would say a lot of it dates back even to the end of last season. You know, the OSU made the Big 12 title game in 2023 and kind of had high expectations coming in and went 0-9 in conference. First time ever winless in conference. Worst overall record since, I think, 1994, which is kind of shocking to everybody, considering they brought back so much from that season. But yeah, I mean, by the end of last season, it was kind of evident that team just was just was not really good, frankly. And it ended with a 52-0 loss at Colorado, which was Gundy's worst loss in his career at that time. And so going into the off season, there were Board of Regents meetings and everything, talking about his future. And he was kind of on the chopping block then, had said some stuff that kind of irritated some fans in press conferences there toward the end of the season. And he kind of saved his job, took a pay cut there at the end of the season. And but you kind of felt like maybe it was on thin ice, and it was kind of wait and see how this season goes. He took $1 million cut from his pay and hired a completely new staff, cut every coordinator except the special teams coach. And so kind of a full overhaul. And I think people were kind of willing to see this season out a little bit. I think he had kind of earned the right to try to right the ship a little bit after 18 winning seasons in a row before 2024. But yeah, then by game 2, that 69-3 loss to Oregon, it just really felt like the program wasn't clicking. But that was Oregon. And so people thought we'll see Tulsa if they can rebound. Gundy's had a track record of kind of riding the ship in the season. And then OSU loses to Tulsa at home for the first time since 1951. And you just really got the vibe then that it might not make it through the week.
So what was that like Saturday night? And when you're sitting through that game against Tulsa?
Yeah, it's kind of crazy, I mean, like I said, it's been since 1951 since anybody's seen anything like that. And I mean, after the Oregon game, you think there might be a possibility of that, but you think surely not. But I think there was more just kind of, I don't know that it was shock, of course, but I think people were just a little bit surprised to see and disheartened to see just how far the program had fell, after the highs had been on just even a season and a half ago, to be sitting there, and you're at halftime down 16-3 against Tulsa and really can't get anything going. I would just say the vibe around the stadium just felt disheartening. It was a Friday night game on national television. They had a blackout, and it was really a pretty sold-out crowd, pretty good environment considering they had just came off of a 66-point loss the week before. So, yeah, I mean, it was a blackout, and the blackout kind of carried into the vibe. It just kind of was a really dark, strange-feeling day,
Braden Bush is our guest. He's the beat writer for the Oklahoma State Cowboys, Stillwater News and Press. So, Braden, how did we get here the last few years? Obviously, 12-win season coming out of COVID in 2021, then a dip to 7, but bounce back to 10 in 2023. What's happened in these last couple years? Obviously, we're in a new era of college football, transfer portal, NIL. What was the approach? Was it the right approach that they had there at Oklahoma State on how to attack this new era of college football?
Yeah, I mean, for most of Gundy's career, his calling card has kind of been going in and finding under-recruited guys, the 2 and 3 stars, guys who aren't getting a lot of attention, bringing them in, developing over 3 to 4 years, and every, 2, 3, 4 years kind of having a pretty good group together who knows the drill, knows the program. And throughout the 2010s, you really saw that success. It kind of peaked right through there. And like you said, kind of coming out of COVID and into this new era of football, I mean, OSU even still had kind of one last gasp in 2021, making a Big 12 title game, and again in 2023. But there were kind of some signs in there, I mean, Gundy is kind of an old school coach. And, he was maybe a little hesitant to fully get in on the transfer portal and NIL. I mean, even when that stuff was starting to come about, he kind of acted a little reluctant to really get into it, and was kind of the mindset, that that's not exactly what we do here. And it worked for a while, and you saw some signs that maybe that wasn't starting to work out as well as it had in the past. And then last season, I think, was really when it reared its head, when a lot of teams were going in. You had Arizona State there around you guys who have a new head coach, really rebuilt and had a really good team. And OSU just kind of maybe fell behind the sticks a little bit in that regard. And this year, they've tried to play catch up, added a little over 60 new players in the portal, or just overall who were not in Stillwater last year. So a huge chunk of the team. And it was kind of just a guesswork, with that and the new staff of how it'd work out. And so, yeah, I think maybe the times just caught up a little bit.
Braden Bush is our guest. He writes the Oklahoma State beat with the Stillwater News and Press. Mike Gundy let go after 20 years as the head coach. He was in his 21st season with the Oklahoma State Cowboys. 18 consecutive bowl appearances, if I'm not mistaken, Braden. I mean,
yes,
again, that's a tremendous legacy that he leaves there. Because again, we all know how hard it is to win 6 games every single year to even get to that point. How is he going to be looked upon now? What's his record going to look like? What's the legacy going to be for Mike Gundy?
His legacy he's still the greatest coach in the history of the school. Even with maybe this kind of stain here at the end of it. Just looking overall broad at his career, I think he finished with 170 wins, which is by far the most in program history. If you add up the second, third, and fourth place coaches in that category, they still fall about 15 to 20 wins shy of Gundy. So really, he's created a legacy and a resume that, might not ever be really challenged in Stillwater. So I think a lot of people, once they get removed from this, with the way last year went and this year started, I think there was, a lot of frustration with the program, and that kind of maybe, covered over his legacy right now. But I think now the program can move on, look for a new head coach, move forward. I think people will start to look back on Gundy fondly and, remember all the stuff he did over the past 21 seasons as head coach.
All right, legendary Cowboys alum Des Bryant has made his choice known. He wants Zach Robinson, the offensive coordinator for the Atlanta Falcons. Is his name likely on the list?
Yeah, I would say so. Last year when OSU went 0-9 and all the talks of Gundy maybe being out, maybe being not, came about in December. I think it was Ian Rappaport of NFL Network reported that Zach Robinson was a candidate for the job if it came open through his sources. And that's kind of a popular pick around Stillwater. He was kind of a golden child in his time here from 2006 to 2009 as the OSU quarterback. He was honestly very similar to Gundy. He was kind of a hard worker. Really understood the OSU program and then got into coaching afterward, and obviously has had a successful run in the NFL so far. Was part of the Sean McVay coaching tree with the Rams as a quarterback coach, and now at the Atlanta Falcons as offensive coordinator, where he grew that offense into a top 10 offense in the league last year. Still a young guy, 38, I believe. So, there is a lot of interest, and like Des said, Des would know well. He caught a lot of touchdown passes from him and their time, have a pretty good connection. And so it's certainly it would be a splash hire. He's someone in the OSU tree that OSU fans could get excited about and get behind maybe. And so I guess now we see, if Zach has any interest in that. He's had success in the NFL. Does he want to come back to college and deal with all that's happening now, or is he happy where he's at? But for sure, he's definitely a name that you hear around here a lot, and I think you'll probably hear more of in the future as this search gets going.
All right, well, home game against Baylor obviously coming up this weekend before you guys head out here. What are going to be the immediate things that Doug Meacham, offensive coordinator who's taken over as interim coach, what are going to be the immediate things that he needs to try to accomplish to get this thing righted?
Yeah, obviously head coach now, but I still think the offense needs a lot of work. It's averaging 14 points a game through 3 games. And obviously in the first 3 drives of the season opener, you have starting quarterback Haas Haney go out with a broken left foot. And so now you have Zane Flores starting at quarterback for the Cowboys, who's kind of trying to find his footing in there. Last week against Tulsa was only a second start, showed signs of improvement there. But really that offense has got to get clicking. The defense it got burned at Oregon, looked a little better against Tulsa. It's a work in progress also. But if the Cowboys can't score more than, 3 points against Oregon and 12 points against Tulsa, it's going to be hard to win many games. But the people around OSU have some trust in him. He's a guy who was an offensive lineman at Oklahoma State and was a inside receivers coach for the Cowboys from 2005 to 12, kind of in some glory years of the Gundy era. Has come back after a stint at TCU where he was offensive coordinator and an inside receivers coach. And so he knows the drill around here and has been part of successful offenses. So I think if he can just kind of rally the team around, get them focused, get the offense clicking a little bit, that's probably the key. They have strength and conditioning coach Rob Glass handling duties off the field to kind of mitigate some of the challenges with this, athletic director Chad Weiberg said. So really, Meacham's total focus is on the team, and I think that starts with getting that offense going.
One more quick one for you, Braden. Obviously, in recent years, when you would think about Oklahoma State football, you always heard the name T. Boone Pickens, the legendary donor down there who passed away in 2019. Is there someone along those lines that stepped into that role and kind of been that major donor benefactor now that you really do need in this new era of revenue share and NIL?
Right. Yeah. And I mean, the level of T. Boone Pickens, I don't know if there'll ever be another one quite at that level, but I mean, just as far as a donor separating themselves and becoming kind of in that category, I don't know that one has fully stepped up yet. I think right now it's more by committee, a lot of pieces here and there, and not to say that there couldn't be one coming up, but I don't know that one necessarily has yet. But again, it's a new era of Cowboy football, looking for a new head coach, and I think everybody knows what it's going to take to find the best hire and get the program going again. So here, throughout the hiring process and the off season, we'll kind of get a better look at the commitment level and see who was willing to step up and to what extent.
All right, it's the Wildcats and the Cowboys. That'll be Saturday, October the 4th, a noon start, early start here in the desert for the Big 12 home opener. Braden, appreciate you taking some time to join us. Best of luck this weekend covering Oklahoma State and Baylor, and we'll see you out here next week for the Oklahoma State-Arizona game.
Thank you. Good talking to you.
Braden Bush, beat writer, Oklahoma State Cowboys, Stillwater News Press. Dragon Ball has your traffic and weather every 20 minutes on the 5s.
From the AutoNation Honda and BMW Tucson Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together. Remember about the I-10 ramp closures around town, including eastbound I-10 off-ramp to northbound Keno Parkway and the southbound Keno Parkway on-ramp to eastbound I-10 remain closed, but a detour allowing traffic to make those connections is available at a new traffic signal on Keno south of the I-10. For your weather right now, sitting at about 101 degrees, so the cooling down is starting to happen. Still going to be in the hundreds, though, until about 6 o'clock. I'm Dragon Ball with your Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know you could save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Those people are probably saving a carload of cash right now. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Discover luxury at BMW of Tucson, your premier BMW dealership. Explore our extensive inventory, lease specials, and state-of-the-art service. Visit us at the Tucson Auto Mall or at bmwoftucson.com today.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter?
Right? And the best part? They accept Discover.
Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right, so we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds. With that kind of money, you could go big time and skip the regular line at the airport and pay for speedy security. Imagine not having to quickly unpack and pack at the place you already came packed to. And wearing your shoes the whole time you're there? You can't put a price on that kind of luxury. Well, actually you can, and you paid for it. Switch to Progressive and you could save big time for speedy security. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states. Potential savings will vary.
Sean Furrier here for Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. Whether you're new to Arizona or you've been driving here for decades, we all share the same roads and the same extreme driving conditions like extreme Arizona heat, extremely large potholes, some extremely flooded roads, and there's always extremely distracted drivers, pedestrians, and that guy who drives his scooter backwards into oncoming traffic. You're driving in the world's largest video game, stopping, starting, turning, heating up, and cooling down. And that's just your afternoon commute. Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care's 14 award-winning locations have been helping drivers just like you get home safely for over 60 years. With top-quality tire brands, no hidden extras, and one low price. Jack Furrier has everything you need to stay in the game, like wheel alignments, batteries, brakes, air conditioning, service at prices that won't break the bank. Ask a neighbor or friend about Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care's friendly service, or stop by, make an appointment online, or call ahead to the local's choice. Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care, since 1960, here to get you there.
If you are a fighter, Modelo is your reward. So listen close. You put up with a lot, but you always hold it down for your people. You are strong, you are fearless, you are the baddest on the block. You are an elbow grease factory, a force of nature. You are not to be reckoned with. You are a ride or die, a powerhouse of productivity. You are a fighter, and Modelo is your reward. You've earned every last drop of this rich golden lager, so raise it up high. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
Wildcat fans, Arizona football tickets are on sale now. Join the party at Arizona Stadium all season long as your Arizona Wildcats take on year 2 in the Big 12. There's nothing better than an Arizona football game day, from the tailgating scene to the action on the field. So bring a friend and get your tickets now by calling 520-621-2287. That's 621-CATS, or by visiting ArizonaWildcats.com/FB. And as always, bear down.
My heat and air were in a state of disrepair.
September is here, the kids are in school, football has started, and it's still hot in the old Pueblo. Picture Rock's Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing is your trusted, local, and family-owned air conditioning and plumbing service provider. We have been serving Tucson and the surrounding areas for over 24 years. Call Picture Rock's Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing at 520-492-0748 or go to picturerockscooling.com to set up your next appointment online.
Picture Rock's Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing.
It's Truck Month at O'Reilly Chevrolet. Here's how you know you might need a new one. If your tailgate's held on with a bungee cord and a prayer, you might need a new truck. O'Reilly Chevrolet is here for your fresh start with years of experience and quality people. So what are you waiting for? See us at O'Reilly Chevrolet on Broadway next to Park Place Mall. Call 747-8000 or go to O'Reilly.com. O'Reilly Chevrolet, giving you more since 1924. Together, let's drive.
O'Reilly Chevrolet.
This is Bill Ryder with the Sports Minute, sponsored by Chumba Casino, your online casino for play, spins, and a chance to score. Must be 21 and over. Terms at ChumbaCasino.com. The fact that Oklahoma State fired Mike Gundy, deservedly so, should serve as a warning to every other coach in the sport. Life, especially in the NIL and transfer portal era, comes at you fast. Lose a grip on your program, lose to programs like Tulsa, and you'll go away too. I'm Bill Ryder.
Chumba Casino brings non-stop fun straight to your screen. Anytime, anywhere. Explore hundreds of games like slots, blackjack, and instant scratch-style cards. Sign up to unlock your free welcome bonus and daily login bonuses. And enjoy your chance at exciting prizes without spending a thing. Just click, play, and enjoy the ride. Sponsored by VGW Group. No purchase necessary. See terms at ChumbaCasino.com. Must be over 21 and present in a state where it's legal to play.
There's nothing like when you get that part from eBay and it just fits. Yeah, the first time. So you can do less of this and get right back to more of this. At eBay, you'll find all the parts you need, guaranteed to fit, at prices you'll love. Sounds good, doesn't it? eBay. Things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
McKay on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Week 4 of the NFL season gets underway starting tomorrow night, and we've got the first game of the week, and it involves your Arizona Cardinals. They'll be taking on the Seattle Seahawks in an NFC West divisional game. Coverage will begin at 4:30 with kickoff at 5:15. We'll dive into the Cardinals a little bit more on tomorrow's show as we get you set for that ball game. Also, we'll have Carolina Panthers football coming up for you this weekend. Hopefully, we'll get the same type of defensive performance we got from the Panthers last weekend.
Shotgun snap on 4th down. Penix fires, intercepted, near sideline. Mike Jackson, he's got the 40, midfield, outside the numbers, 35, breaks a tackle at the 30, stops on a dime,
go the other way.
And now finally he goes out of bounds at the 30-yard line.
Anish, you're off with the call there on your Carolina Panthers radio network. 30-zip. We were talking a little bit with our guy Braden Bush right there about the possibility that the offensive coordinator for the Atlanta Falcons might be the next guy.
Yeah, not a great interview. Huh?
Right, exactly. Not a good interview at all. If that's what Zach Robinson was trying to do in that game on Sunday, because his offense did not come away with any points against the Carolina Panthers. Panthers on the road at the Patriots this weekend. Let's give you your Carolina Panthers report for today.
This Panther Update is brought to you by UNC Charlotte.
The Panthers' defensive rookies continue to be relied upon more and more as the results were good coming off their shutout victory versus Atlanta as they now head to New England. I'm Jim Zoki with a Panthers update after this.
Charlotte's momentum has a name. UNC Charlotte, 32,000 students strong, ranked among the nation's top 75 public universities, recognized at the highest level for research, unmatched access to Fortune 500 companies, built for a top-tier city. This isn't typical higher ed. The difference is scale. The difference is momentum. The difference is Charlotte, UNC Charlotte.
Ryan Radke here from Sunday Night Football on Westwood One. Join Mike Golick and me every Sunday for a marquee primetime NFL matchup. Scott Graham gets things started with a pregame show from the studio with exclusive player interviews and the latest league news. Then from the stadium, Mike and I bring you the exclusive play-by-play call of the action. Join us every week for Sunday Night Football.
Hear U of A grad Ryan Radke on Sunday nights right here on Wildcats Radio 1290.
While the Panthers took wide receiver Teteroa McMillan with their first-round pick, they quickly turned their draft attention to defensive players in the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th rounds. Edge rushers Nick Scorton and Princely Imagn and safety Lathan Ransom each continue to see an uptick in their game snaps. Scorton was on the field for 85% of the plays in the Panthers shutout versus the Falcons and says his practice reps have led to more game reps.
I think that's just kind of who I am. You know, I practice hard. You know, I work hard to because I feel like that's where you get better and that's how it translates. You know, obviously, you know, I mean, it's a lot. The transition from the NFL to college is a lot. And, you know, I mean, I'm just trying to keep those same habits and standards that I had in college.
Imagn saw his playing time increase from 24 to 52% of the game snaps last Sunday. And as they head to New England, he hopes the team can begin to stack victories moving forward.
I feel like we can build on every game, but really just to be honest, the way we starting fast. Like, I feel like if we start like that every week, you know, we can really, like, be an unstoppable force.
Ransom saw his playing percentage increase from 52% from 22% of the plays. This Sunday, they'll be facing a Patriots team led by second-year quarterback Drake May. I'm Jim Zoki on the Carolina Panthers Radio Network.
This Panther Update has been brought to you by UNC Charlotte, ranked among the nation's top 75 public universities. The difference is Charlotte, UNC Charlotte.
And that's good to hear for Lathan Ransom out of South Point Catholic High School. So game one, we'll give you the rundown here. Game one, 9 defensive snaps for Lathan. That went up to 12, so 3 more in the game against the Cardinals here in State Farm Stadium in Glendale. Last week against Atlanta, 34. So as you heard Jim Zoki say, the 12 he had against the Cardinals, that was 22% of their overall defensive snaps. And the 34 that he had against the Falcons went up to 52% of the defensive snaps for the Carolina Panthers. He had 5 tackles in the game in the 30-0 win, and he forced a fumble. It came literally in the last minute of the game with about 30 seconds to go. as the clock was winding down, still playing hard in that final minute, up 30-0, and Lathan Ransom was able to knock a ball out. The Panthers were able to recover. So we'll see how that goes this week in New England against the Patriots. We will likely join that game right around kickoff on Sunday because we've got the early game as well coming up on Sunday morning, the first of the International Series games, and that will be coming up from Wembley. I believe that's in London, and that game will be the Steelers. The Vikings and the Steelers will be that game on Sunday morning. So our coverage there will begin at 6:15 in the morning for that contest, and then we'll join the Panthers and the Patriots right around game time, which will be close to 10 a.m. Then, of course, Sunday Night Football also here on Wildcats Radio 1290. The Packers and the Cowboys with coverage of that game beginning right around 4:30 and kickoff at 5:20. Don't forget, we are your official Southern Arizona home for Carolina Panthers football. Lathan Ransom out of South Point Catholic High School, Tetero McMillan, T-Mac from the U of A. We've got all the games all season long. Last week, of course, we had the game 2 weeks ago when they came out here to play the Cardinals. We had last week's game where Lathan faced off against his high school teammate, Bijan Robinson. A whole lot of fun. Panthers football all season long right here on Wildcats Radio 1290.
Yeah, Wembley is in London. It's not a club facility, so there's no team that plays out of there, but it's the home of the national team for England, and they do the FA Cup and I think Champions League type stuff there too.
But actually, I think I'll correct myself. This week's game, the Browns are playing there. So the Vikings are actually playing 2 games. I would imagine they might just be staying out there because they're playing the game this week in Dublin. So this week's game is actually in Dublin. I think it's the Croquis Park where they played the college game earlier this year between Iowa State and Kansas State.
Right.
And then the Vikings will play the Browns in London next weekend. So they got to be there for 2 weeks. Wow.
I mean, Minneapolis and London, the weather's pretty similar. Maybe a little more snow.
Coming off that big win against the Bengals, and then you got to go hang out in Europe for 2 weeks. So, yeah, they'll play the Browns next Sunday, the following Sunday, to wrap up their 2-week stay over in Europe. I don't know the story of how that all went down. I know that I think a couple of years ago Atlanta went out there and did the same thing. They played a couple of games out there.
It makes sense. So how many they keep getting contractually obligated to play more and more games in Europe, and that travel schedule, especially if you're talking about short weeks like Sunday, Monday, or whatever, or Monday, Sunday, should I say, or let alone a Thursday game like the Cardinals are doing this week. You have to afford those players the opportunity to get their wits about them again, right? Because the time zone difference and everything else. It makes sense. If a team's going to play, if you're going to have 5-6 games or whatever, to have a team stay and play multiple weeks makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you send 2 teams out there, and then the next week you only have to send 1 versus 2 different teams.
I hope the Vikings like
out there.
Boiled food.
There you go.
No, I'm kidding.
There you go.
Actually, English food the reputation of being boiled is exaggerated.
All right, I've got another keyword coming up for you in the 5 o'clock hour, 5K a day. The last of our keywords for today, your chance to win $1,000 coming up after the top of the hour. It's DK on the Sports Tip. You're listening to Wildcats Radio 1290.
From the AutoNation Honda and BMW Tucson Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together. Country Club Road under the I-10 is still closed for 1 year for the widening work. It'll be back open in summer of 2026. Meanwhile, eastbound and westbound Ajo Way west of Keno Parkway will be reduced to 1 lane daily from 5 a.m. to 8 p.m. through October the 9th. For your weather, still at about 101 degrees as we continue to go ahead and get the cool down. Again, be out of the 90s once we reach 9 o'clock. I'm Dragobal with your Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together.
This report is sponsored by Superstar Car Wash.
Superstar Car Wash, the car wash with superpowers. Sign up for a free car wash today. That's right, totally free for a limited time. Because we love what makes you shine. See website for details.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter?
Right? And the best part? They accept Discover.
Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right, so we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds. With that kind of money, you could go big time and skip the regular line at the airport and pay for speedy security. Imagine not having to quickly unpack and pack at the place you already came packed to. And wearing your shoes the whole time you're there? You can't put a price on that kind of luxury. Well, actually you can, and you paid for it. Switch to Progressive and you could save big time for speedy security. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states. Potential savings will vary.
From offices and warehouses to retail spaces and restaurants, the right lighting transforms your environment. At Arizona Commercial Lighting, we've been proudly locally owned and operated for nearly 40 years. Our extensive inventory of in-stock lighting solutions is designed to meet both commercial and residential needs, with quality, variety, and value you won't find anywhere else. Visit us at 1436 East 17th Street. Be sure to ask about available TEP rebates. Arizona Commercial Lighting, powering business through precision lighting.
A proud sponsor of the University of Arizona radio broadcast.
So hot. Hi, can I help you?
Good afternoon. We're with Goodfellas AC Rapid Response Team.
But I didn't call yet.
That's how fast we are, man.
Just as I thought, this AC is out.
No, we're not gonna lose it. Come on. Don't you die on me.
Johnson, get a hold of yourself. Sorry, we take this very seriously.
Wow, you fellas are good.
It's not just a name, ma'am.
It's who we are kind of thing.
Good service, good prices, Goodfellas. GoodfellasAC.com.
Looking for fun? O'Reilly Chevrolet has EVs in stock and ready to roll. Chevy's led the EV charge since the Bolt in 2016, and now we're keeping it going with the all-electric Blazer, Equinox, and Silverado. Innovation, power, and savings all in one ride. Come see us on Broadway next to Park Place Mall. Call 747-8000 or visit O'Reilly.com. The Chevy EVs are here, and the future is electric. O'Reilly Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
O'Reilly Chevrolet.
The garage is more than a place to park your car. It holds prized possessions, and for most, it's a bustling entryway to the home. That's why LiftMaster designed the first ever opener with a built-in wide-angle camera and two-way audio, so you can see what matters and secure what's inside. Ensure your family and prized possessions are secure with a reliable garage door opener that's built to last and powered by MyQ for smartphone control. The team at Kaiser Garage Doors and Gates are your locally owned LiftMaster professionals. Visit KaiserGarage.com to learn more.
There are many reasons you might need Dorado Rockin' Materials. A few bare spots in the yard, the driveway needs filling in, or it could be that the yard needs a whole makeover. Whatever the reason, if your yard has the summertime blues, Dorado Rockin' Materials has everything from sand to boulders and every rock and pebble in between. If you need help spreading it, we have options for that too. Call 400-4233. Dorado Rockin' Materials. The right service, the right product, the right price.
My heat and air were in a state of disrepair.
September is here, the kids are in school, football has started, and it's still hot in the old Pueblo. Picturock's Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing is your trusted, local, and family-owned air conditioning and plumbing service provider. We have been serving Tucson and the surrounding areas for over 24 years. Call Picturock's Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing at 520-492-0748 or go to picturockscooling.com to set up your next appointment online.
Picturock's Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing.
I can't believe how spotless my floors look after using the Swiffer Power Mop. No more dragging around a heavy mop and messy bucket. Now I get the same deep clean without all the work. Thanks to the powerful solution and scrubbing pad of the Swiffer Power Mop, dirt and grime don't stand a chance, and I don't break a sweat. Mic drop. Mop drop.
Swiffer Power Mop. Swiffer Power Mop.
A smarter way to mop. Try it or your money back.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus Media Station. The Wildcats Radio 1290 studios are brought to you by ICCU at ICCU.com. We are your home for Arizona Athletics. This is Wildcats Radio, 1290.
DK on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Hour number 3 of our show. We'll have a 3-hour show on Friday, but only an hour and a half tomorrow. As per usual, it is Thursday, and we will have Thursday Night Football. So we'll be with you tomorrow from 3 to 4:30, but back with you on Friday from 3 to 6. And don't forget, Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Game Day comes your way at 11:30 a.m. on Saturday as we get you ready for Arizona and Iowa
That's
State.
like mimosas.
Yeah.
Although it's not on the mall, right?
No. It will actually be for the first time since I got here. We will be in-house for a football pregame show. We've been a number of different places over the last couple of years, Casino del Sol, Corbett's last year, but we are back in-house this year for our road pregame shows. Now there is a potential road trip in the making for one of the upcoming. There's 5 road games this year. Well, hopefully 2, because we obviously want to go to Tempe now that we have the start time. That's going to be interesting though, because I'm not sure how that's going to work in terms of the post-game show. The last one, 2 years ago, we went to Tempe. It was an early start, so we were able to go back to the restaurant and do the show from there. But this year's game won't start till 7, which means we probably won't get the show till after 11. So I'm not sure exactly how the post-game part of that is going to work out, but we've got about 2 months to figure that out and get you those shows on Territorial Cup Day from up in Tempe. All right, I promised you that because, again, Danny Gonzalez is like one of my favorite assistant coaches on this Wildcats football team. I promised you that we're going to give you something from Danny Gonzalez every single day for the remainder of the football season, because he holds these press conferences, and they're usually, I think this week was actually kind of short. It was only 40 minutes, which was good for me because this is the first one I went to. And it's one of the reasons I was like, I don't know if I can go on Tuesdays because, Danny goes so long that I can't get out of there. I got to get out of there and get back for a 3 o'clock show. I think I got back here right about 2 o'clock. And so literally if I'm going to go, if Danny's going to have these long press conferences, I got to literally have everything done before I leave the door to go over to campus. But I did go yesterday, first time I've had a chance to be there when he talked. So I think I kind of tweeted one of these a few weeks ago, and I called it Game Time with Gonzo or something. I like to put names on stuff. So I think I called it Game Time with Gonzo. So I think that's what we'll call this. We'll name this segment Game Time with Gonzo. And in fact, again, hey, anytime I put a name on a segment, if you want to come and sponsor that segment, feel free. 520-887-1000. 520-887-1000. You can be the sponsor of our Game Time with Gonzo segment. And that'll be us kind of giving you one specific thing every single day that the defensive coordinator for your Arizona Wildcats said about the football team. Game Time with Gonzo. You like that? Does that sound good? Game Time with Gonzo?
I mean, I'm all about alliterations.
So I think I got to go back and find out for sure if that's what I called it Game Rap with Gonzo, because he was talking about actually I wrote it 2 different ways. I wrote it Game Time with Gonzo in the actual tweet text, but on the video I put Game Rap with Gonzo. So maybe we'll throw that out as a question of the day and let the people decide which one they like better. I think Game Rap, because he's wrapping up a lot of times what happened in the last game. So I kind of like that a little bit better. Game Rap with Gonzo. Okay, so Gonzo today, I think yesterday we had him talking about the conversion downs. And so today, this is not really a game wrap because he's actually talking about the game coming up, but against Iowa State. Danny Gonzalez says that this is going to be the most physical challenge to date for the Arizona Wildcats, and it is indeed going to be that because this is a team that plays a lot of tight end sets.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say this. We ran the ball really well on offense. And during fall camp, we take a lot of pride in how much effort we're going to put into stopping the run. And like right now, we're giving up 96 yards a game rushing. And you take out that 75 yards play, and we'd be up in the top 15 in the country in total defense and rushing. Like, our offense can run the ball. Our offense does a great job up front. So there's with our service and crossover periods, there's some positiveness on that because I think our offensive front is very physical. And I think all offensive, they should just make holding legal because they do it every down. Where they shouldn't allow you to do it is tackle a guy out on the perimeter. That should be called if they call holding. But inside, let them try and kill each other. Who cares? They do it anyway. And then they call it the worst time. The worst opportune time is when the freaking flag comes out. So just make it legal. Take that off of the onus of the referees. And then when you see them out here, call it. If they're not out here, freaking let them hold. They do anyway. And guess what? That makes the defense be more violent and try and freaking, And then you have an opportunity to get off blocks and all those things. But the physicality that Iowa State plays with is why they're so good year in and year out. And when you get into the games when it's cold up in Ames, Iowa, it doesn't matter. They don't rely on throwing the ball. And he throws it with precision, even in the cold games, but they can just beat you into obliteration running the football. So it's a great challenge. This is going to be super fun on Saturday night. Sorry, I didn't mean to spit on your microphone. Super fun because of what the kind of game it's going to be like. It's why you play football.
Game wrap with Gonzo right there. That we should legalize holding. Legalize holding in the box. How about that? Legalize holding in the box because, like he said, they do it every play anyway. But just only call holding if it's outside the box. If a guy's trying to make a tackle, then it becomes holding. But if it's guys inside the box, let them hold each other. That's very. What do you think about that? 520-848-1290. 520-848-1290. Because it's funny because when I go back and watch the video, he's right. It's you're saying, well, he held him there. It's he's got his arm. He's got it. He literally some of the linemen. I was watching one piece of video. I don't know who it was. It was one of our guys. He literally had his hands cuffed around the guy's shoulder pads. I was like, well, that's not holding right there. They didn't call it, but that's the kind of thing that he's talking about that happens every single play in football. Now, if a running back is trying to get outside and now you're holding him and the guy can't get away to make the tackle, that's when you should call holding. And unfortunately for Arizona, that's mostly the kind of holdings that they've been, if they're not in pass protection, some of them have been run, but some of them have been in pass protection where the guy's trying to get around him and they're holding the guy or clipping his neck or something of that nature. I think you'd have to hold those two. But if it's run plays in the box, yeah, sure, I could see maybe getting a little bit more lenient on the holding in that respect.
I blame Pete Carroll for the whole concept and the logic to bring yourself to a place because that whole Legion of Boom and their whole thing was we're going to hold every play and you can't call it every single time. So put the onus on the refs. And I don't remember that logic being on a football field prior to them. Maybe I'm ignorant and there was other teams that were trying to force the refs to call a hold on every single play. Obviously, offensive, defensive lineman, DK, I mean, every single snap is a battle. Every single snap, you're going to see a little bit of holding because that's what they're trying to do is trying to keep. But the egregious outside, I think if you put your arm on somebody and prevent them laterally moving, it's so much more obvious than just the straight up pushing on each other, up and down the line. So, but I think the players who have been called for the holding penalties on the Arizona side just need to watch the film and make sure they disengage at the right time. It's really just about keeping engaged, making sure that you give your quarterback and your running back time or create holes. But there's always a time to let go, and especially when those linemen, the defensive linemen, are moving left or right, and it's so much more obvious. Those are the holding calls I've seen from this Wildcats offensive line.
So Game Wrap with Gonzo, currently sponsored by nobody. You can be the person to sponsor the comments of Danny Gonzalez every day here on Wildcats Radio 1290. We finally got DK with BB and DK with TL, a sponsor for this year. They were sponsored last year by nobody. So now we'll get a game wrap with Gonzo.
There is a
Somebody
very,
sponsor that.
very famous Tucson establishment that starts with the G. But
Ooh.
that's from like the 80s and 90s. I think they're still in business, but people know.
Starts with a G.
Yeah.
I should know this, should I?
If you really like, there's a famous commercial. Gordo's was a place.
Huh.
Yeah, that
I don't remember Gordo's.
I don't know that. I think that they were purchased by a company and that they're back up and running. But yeah, that was a famous place, 70s, 80s, 90s here in Tucson.
Game Wrap with Gonzo, sponsored by Gordo's.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I meant. It would work. It would roll right off the tongue. That's the first thing that came to mind as far as Tucson goes and G companies.
I like that. Right there. All right, before Dragon Ball gets in here, let me give you he's coming right now. Let me give you your keyword right now. It is the 5K a day. Text this keyword right now to 95819. 95819. I see Dragon Ball getting his pen out. He's getting ready to try to write this number down so he can send it to his girlfriend and she can text it in and they can win more money to fix up their house. Spend. Speaking of that, spend. SPEND. You win $1,000, you go and spend it on DIY supplies, right? Spend. SPEND. Text spend right now to 95819. Your chance to win is right now. We'll text you back a confirm of your entry. Data and messaging rates apply. Please don't text and drive. So if you're out there right now, because it is happy hour, slow down, pull over, text spend. Your chance to win $1,000. We're doing this 5 times a day. 6 to 9, you get a keyword. 9 to 11, you get another keyword. 11 to 2, you get a third keyword. 2 to 4, I gave you a keyword. That was the keyword from 2 to 4 earlier was play, but that's over, so don't worry about that one anymore. And now spend from 4 to 7. So 5 times a day, 5 keywords. Text those keywords, 95819. Your chance to win $1,000. All right. Dragon Ball is back with us. Let's check our bet, Dragon Ball. We got to check our bet because we've got Paul Skeens and Hunter Green in the first 5 innings. Under 3 was the play on that. And let's see here. Under 3. Under 3.
2.
It is currently 2. Oh, we won. We won again.
Yep.
2-0 Pirates at the end of 6. I'm telling you, that's the only one we're winning. Paul Skeens, when Paul Skeens is on the mound, take the under in the first 5 innings. It was when did those runs? So they got one of those runs in the 6th. So they only got it was 1-0 after 5. So that's 2 days in a row we have won on the under in the first 5. Paul Skeens, 6 innings, no hits, or 6 innings, no runs, 4 hits, 7 strikeouts, no hits. Sorry, Hunter Green. 6 innings, and he's now out of the ball game. It looks like they just took him out as they're starting the 7th. Hunter Green, 6 innings, 2 earned runs, 5 hits, 7 strikeouts. So how about the Pirates? The Pirates doing the Diamondbacks and the Mets some favors here. Go on with your Pirates.
Would have loved to see this happen about 4 months earlier, but, we'll take it as it is.
That's the worst is when your team's out of the race for a while, and then all of a sudden, like, down the stretch, they're playing spoiler. You're like, boys, come on.
Would have loved to have this earlier.
Spencer Horowitz has got both runs knocked in tonight for the Pirates.
I do have bad news, DK. Gordo's is no longer open.
I've not heard of it.
But
so I've heard of just about
some
everything.
nostalgia.
Do you remember Gordo's?
For some of our
Dragon
listeners.
Ball?
You ready?
Yeah.
Chimichangas. I mean, if you really like chimichangas, come to Gordo's on Broadway, just west of Cove.
So this is like one of the most famous commercials from us growing up.
Chimichangas.
Yeah. Everybody always quoted it.
It's because we're looking for a name that we're gonna give the folks one soundbite every day from Danny Gonzalez because he's Mr. Soundbite on the team. So we call it Game Wrap with Gonzo. And J-Dub said, "How about if we get?" I said, "We need a sponsor for it because right now it's sponsored by nobody." Game Wrap with Gonzo. He said, sponsored by Gordo's.
There's a lot of G's here around town.
Oh yeah,
I never ate at Gordo's.
There's a lot of G's.
Yeah, how about that? Game Wrap with Gonzo, sponsored by Guadalajara Grill.
There you go.
There you go. Well, if you're the owner of Guadalajara Grill, 520-887-1000.
Keep that alliteration going. Gotta have three, not two, but
rule of threes. Rule of threes.
All right.
That being said, DK, I will say this: if you tell my girlfriend about this keyword for $1,000 right now, it's going to be bad news for me because she's got a birthday coming up tomorrow, and Joann's Fabrics is probably screaming at her saying, "I got $1,000 to spend. I'm going to go there."
Oh, Joann's Fabrics. There you go. Reupholstering everything in the house.
Yeah, they get all the curtains and everything else.
All right, Dragon Ball is getting you home every 20 minutes on the fives with your traffic and your weather.
From the AutoNation Honda and BMW Tucson Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together. Right now, another crash right now on the I-10, but this time we're on the westbound side. Crash on the left shoulder here near Prince Road, milepost 255. So if you're nearing that milepost on I-10 westbound, try to start inching over to the right. That way you don't get stuck in that. Also, another accident, this one over at West Grant Road and North Forbes Boulevard. This one having most of the backup focused right now on Grant as you get to those cross streets. For your weather right now, actually getting down to 100, so we're nearing the triple-digit exit right now. Again, we'll be getting out of it for sure once we hit 6 o'clock. I'm Dragon Ball with your Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by eBay. Swapping out your tires? There's nothing like it. With eBay, you find the feel you're looking for, from smooth highway rides to grip for rough terrain. Get all the tires you need at the prices you'll love. eBay. Things people love.
AutoNation Honda Tucson at the Auto Mall is your premier automotive destination in town. Explore the new 2025 Honda models and extensive collection of pre-owned vehicles. Experience no-hassle financing and our no-haggle one-price selection. Visit AutoNation Honda Tucson at the Auto Mall today.
I can't believe how spotless my floors look after using the Swiffer Power Mop. No more dragging around a heavy mop and messy bucket. Now I get the same deep clean without all the work. Thanks to the powerful solution and scrubbing pad of the Swiffer Power Mop, dirt and grime don't stand a chance, and I don't break a sweat. Mic drop. Mop drop.
Swiffer Power Mop. Swiffer Power Mop.
A smarter way to mop. Try it or your money back.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Why do Tucson drivers choose Oro Ford? It's the exclusive Oro Ford Advantage. I'll break it down for you. Save 2% on taxes right off the top. No expensive dealer add-ons, no gimmicks. When I say $6K off MSRP on Explorers, that's every Explorer, not just select models. I will meet or beat any out-the-door price or pay you $500 cash. I'm Alex Medina. We're proud to bring you the exclusive Oro Ford Advantage.
This is Ron. I'm the president of Alaskan AC. Our main job is keeping you comfortable, and we hope that puts a smile on your face. But we recently met someone we just made smile just by being on the radio.
I giggle every time I hear you guys come on. My daughter laughs at me because I can hear the jingle start and I immediately turn the volume up.
That's our new friend Charisse. Not a customer, just somebody who needed a laugh, and we just happened by.
My husband passed away 5 years ago. I was diagnosed with cancer 5 years ago. I fell into a very dark depression. You guys make me so happy, so I can't say thank you enough. I really, truly can't.
That's awesome. No matter how we made you happy, we just want to say thanks. You're the reason we've been keeping Arizona chill since 1972.
The Grizz cracks me up, and I've actually repeated it to people because some of them don't know who you guys are. So I have to say, oh, you have to listen to them. They're so funny.
Reach out anytime at alaskanac.com.
Wildcat fans, Arizona football tickets are on sale now. Join the party at Arizona Stadium all season long as your Arizona Wildcats take on year 2 in the Big 12. There's nothing better than an Arizona football game day, from the tailgating scene to the action on the field. So bring a friend and get your tickets now by calling 520-621-2287. That's 621-CATS, or by visiting ArizonaWildcats.com/FB. And as always, bear down.
There are many reasons you might need Dorado Rockin' Materials. A few bare spots in the yard. The driveway needs filling in. Or it could be that the yard needs a whole makeover. Whatever the reason, if your yard has the summertime blues, Dorado Rockin' Materials has everything from sand to boulders and every rock and pebble in between. If you need help spreading it, we have options for that too. Call 400-4233. Dorado Rockin' Materials. The right service, the right product, the right price.
The future of fun is here at O'Reilly Chevrolet. We've got EV Blazer, EV Equinox, and EV Silverado in stock now with instant acceleration, zero gas, and lower maintenance costs. Act fast. Federal incentives end September 30th. Visit us on Broadway next to Park Place Mall. Call 747-8000 or go to O'Reilly.com. Chevy EVs are here, and the future is electric. O'Reilly Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
O'Reilly Chevrolet.
Westwood One presents Today in Women's Sports. We'd like to salute Natalie Nakase, who was recently named the 2025 WNBA Coach of the Year. Nakase just guided the Golden State Valkyries during their inaugural season, and they made it a historic one. The Valkyries finished with 23 victories and became the first expansion team to reach the playoffs in their first season. Under Nakase's tutelage, her players reached new heights. Point guard Veronica Burton was named the league's most improved player, and veteran Kayla Thornton earned her first All-Star selection. Even though the Valkyrie season ended last week at the hands of the top-seeded Lynx, it's clear that Nakase is building something special in San Francisco.
I'm just so proud of them just allowing me to push them past what they felt that they can do. And that's not easy. A lot of people kind of like to stay put. They like to be stagnant. Not this team. This team don't like to be stagnant. They like to be challenged.
With Today in Women's Sports, I'm Maggie Gray on Westwood One.
There's nothing like when you get that part from eBay and it just fits. Yeah, the first time. So you can do less of this and get right back to more of this. At eBay, you'll find all the parts you need, guaranteed to fit, at prices you'll love. Sounds good, doesn't it? eBay. Things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
All right, gentlemen, this is Emmett Smith on behalf of Depend, and I've got the perfect play. Run straight to your doctor's office for a life-changing catch. Because when prostate cancer is caught early, it's up to 99% treatable, and one blood test might be all it takes. And now through November, Depend is donating to the Prostate Cancer Foundation for select purchases. Talk about a great play.
From September 1st to November 30th, Depend is donating 25 cents to the Prostate Cancer Foundation for Depend Shields Guards Real Fit products purchased in the U.S. up to a maximum of $300,000 or in Mississippi.
DK on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. Don't forget, I've got another sweet deal to tell you about as well before we get out of here today. I gave you Slaughterhouse earlier this Friday, 8:30 a.m., WildcatsRadio1290.com, a $10 ticket to Slaughterhouse, or $20 ticket for just $10. You can get that. And I've also got a pickleball giveaway for you that we'll tell you about. And if you missed our conversation with Stephanie Newton earlier this week, I believe it was Monday, there is going to be a pickleball high school state championship this year up in Mesa. Head on over to our website, wildcatsradio1290.com, and you can listen to that interview with Stephanie Newton from Pure Pickleball and Padel up in Mesa. And they are the ones putting on this high school state championship, first ever here in the state of Arizona. You can find out how your son or daughter can enter to try to win state in pickleball.
Also, our interview today with Robert Castaneda from Pima Soccer and Braden Bush from Oklahoma State, Stillwater, about the firing of Gundy are also already up on our website.
There you go. Or you can get those on our app. Download our app, the Wildcats Radio 1290 app. It slaps. Don't forget that. And it is brought to you by Goodfellas Home Solutions. Download the Wildcats Radio 1290 app today. All right, before I'll give you that other sweet deal a little bit later, but I want you to hear from the Arizona football players. We had a chance yesterday to talk to Chuba Ma'ai, spoke to us, as well as, who was the second player we talked to?
Chase Kennedy.
Chase Kennedy, thank you very much. And in case you were not aware, Chuba's been eating out a lot this season. He's a big guy. He's an offensive lineman, guard.
Big guys like to eat.
They do. They do. But Chuba has taken his restaurant eating habits out and put them on film. It's called Chowing Down with Chuba. And he was asked how that all got started.
Yeah, I mean, as far as how I got it started off as a joke, really. I remember I was talking with Ben Thanis and Tolbert Bland, and I remember I had mentioned, like, when I was younger, because I used to be on a diet when I was younger, and, like, one of my dreams was to be Man vs. Food or, like, Guy Fieri. And they're like, Ben bring it up. He was like, what if I made it happen? Would you do it? I was like, hell yeah. And then now, here we are.
What's it like sharing that experience with your teammates, other athletes, and what's been your favorite restaurant so far?
I mean, it's been amazing, just being able to just do it, You see it all the time and like on TV or like just people posting it on like social media, stuff like that. But being able to do it with my teammates, it's been nice, not having to do it alone, share the wealth, the food is, food is just food is food, it's great. Who doesn't like free food? And I think as far as my favorite spot so far, probably Baja Cafe is fire. That strawberry shortcake pancake is fire.
Michael and Troy.
Chase, have you been invited on one of these outings?
No, not yet. I need to get on shout out with you, but
soon.
My serious question is, what is his role in the locker room? What kind of a leader is he? What is his influence on the team?
I feel like ever since Chuba been here, like, I can't even explain it because Chuba impact is so great in the locker room just because of the person he is, how he carries himself, like, nicest human being I've ever met, like, go out his way, do whatever for anybody, a great leader, like, really go on and on about Chuba. Like, his impact is great and is known around all of Tucson, really.
Troy and David.
So Chuba, that Kansas State game, we saw you get it in there. Now you are listed as #1 on the depth chart at your position. Just your progression since making the switch from D tackle to offensive line. What have you seen out of yourself, and just how's it going out there at guard?
Well, for me, first off, I just gotta give a shout out to our coaches and my teammates. All the guys in the O-line, they've made it so much easier for me, as far as just giving me a lot of tips and tricks for like little things as far as like technique goes, and like just noticing little things. And shout out to Coach O, Coach Baker, Coach Stu, those guys just taking time out of their day, extra time within their busy schedules to just sit me down and just really teach me like the ins and outs of all the plays, and just not even learning just my position, just learning what everybody has to do, and I'm just trying to take in as much information as I can, and just go out there and have fun, just leave it all out there.
David and Brian.
Yeah, Chuba, what has been fun for you just about making this transition, and how do you see it being different from defense to offense?
I mean, for me, just playing is fun, because at the end of the day, football is the sport we all fell in love with when we were a kid. So just being able to be out there on the field with my brothers is just, it's the funnest thing in the world to me. And as far as the difference, it's a lot different, because defense, you can have more of an individual impact. But on offense, you have to work more especially on the O-line, you have to work as a group. And, you have to be selfless, just do your job, like nothing more, nothing less. As long as you do your job, everybody does what Daggy calls up, then, it's a victory at the end of the day. Just play hard, too.
Yeah, and what's that feeling like kind of when you bend the seam back and you feel Ishmael behind you kind of rolling through for a big game? What's now that you're in that role, what's that feeling like when you look up and say, man, we got a big run out of this one?
Well, for me, it's just, I kind of just think about everybody else. It just makes me happy to see, just to look around, see Izzy running down the field, see all the boys chasing them, looking on the sideline, see everybody celebrating, just that feeling of seeing everybody happy, all the hard work we put in, it pays off in those little moments, seeing everything go together, especially after the fact, when we come back and watch film, and just literally watching every little thing, this person, and just how all the pieces just connect together, and then you just see this wonderful masterpiece. Yeah.
Brian and Justin.
Chase, looking at the film for Iowa State with all their use of the tight ends, what kind of difficulty comes from knowing that you may be having to guard guys that are bigger than you?
I mean, I play DN, so for me individually, it's not too big of a change because going against 320-pounders to 250-pounders, it's a difference. But at the end of the day, we just got to play ball like we know how to do, violent, fast, physical, and that's what we're going to do.
But, I mean, if you're out in coverage against these kind of guys, just like, I mean, is it a matter of because of their physicality that you have to do something different than you would if it were a running back or a receiver?
I think most definitely you got to take that into factor, just their size and speed different. So you got to play it a little different. But I think the biggest challenge that we'll get just from guarding them in a way is just, that size. But I feel like we big too, and we going to handle it.
Chase, through 3 games, what do you think has contributed to your guys' success on defense?
Rail line. Like, I ain't gonna lie, like, the effort that we put in, like, it just don't come on Saturdays. It come throughout the week, Monday through Sunday or so. That's what we've been preaching in meetings. That's what we've been preaching in practice, just effort, knowing your assignment, knowing what to do, running to the ball, and really just playing balls to the wall. And that's what we've been trying to do every single day.
And then that 4 linebacker look that you guys rolled out last week, what do you think about that and just kind of the versatility that you guys have at linebacker?
I think it just speaks to the talent and, like you said, the versatility in the room, because once Coach G put it in and started, we was all happy that we were just able to play with each other at the same time on the field. And so I think that made it even better because we love each other, we love competing, and that just allowed us to work, really push each other because we wanted it to get done. We was always asking for that kind of package just because we love each other, and it's fun. Like, I think it allows us to do something very unique, very different, just like with all the things we do as you see it on film. And I'm excited. I was excited about it.
Michael and David.
One question for each for Chuba. Probably the biggest issue the offensive line has had so far, the holding penalties. There have been a bunch of them. What are some of the techniques or fundamentals that you guys have been working on over the last week and a half or so to maybe not commit those penalties?
For us, it's just a lot of it has to do with our feet work. Just getting our feet faster. Just tighten up the feet work, and as far as like the pass pro goes, and also just we've been doing a lot of hand work. Learning how to re-rod. Not learning, but like emphasizing it. Just over exaggerating it so we can build the muscle memory to just really use our hands in the right places and stuff like that.
Quick follow-up to that. How hard is it when the back or the quarterback is already gone past the line of scrimmage and the defender trying to get away from you to not grab onto them?
I mean, it's pretty hard, but like you learn to kind of like read their body language, the defenders. You can kind of tell when like the quarterback's rolling out a certain way just because like their eyes follow them or like they just kind of run. Sometimes you kind of get caught up in it, so you kind of like can't escape it. But for the most part, it's not too difficult to deal with. It's just more annoying, if that makes sense.
And then for Chase, I asked Coach Brennan yesterday if there was a turning point for the defense, maybe sometime over the summer, either in workouts or training camp. And he referenced that one practice you guys had inside where I think there were 5 interceptions in about 15 minutes. What do you remember about that?
That practice. So going into that practice, we had a challenge to get 3 takeaways, and it was either 2 or 3, I don't remember, but we ended up getting 5, and they all just came in that one skelly period, and I just remember like the energy, like the feeling in the indoor, that was one of the craziest moments I've ever been in part of college football. It was just pick after pick. That just comes from people doing their assignment, doing their job, and playing with effort and energy.
Yeah, but it was pretty clear from the first practice that this defense was different than maybe what we had seen last year. Why do you think you guys were able to gel so quickly and make it look so seamless into what Danny wanted you guys to do?
Well, honestly, we didn't want the same thing that happened last year to happen again. And I think once everybody made up their minds and people we brought in, like as in the transfers, even high school kids, I think we just all decided to flip that page, turn the corner, and Coach G really instilled it at that red line. Coach Brennan, I feel like that's what really got us there. Just weight room, Coach Carroll pushing us, talking about the price never decreases, always increases. And I think just hearing that every day, like it forces you to just put that in your mind, just dominate everything you do, no matter what it is. Like you can be tying your shoe. I'm gonna beat you to tie your shoe. And that's just how we operate.
There was a number of plays in the game against Kansas State where you put pressure on the quarterback, maybe didn't get the sack, but got in his face enough to affect the play. What's key about those types of plays, those types of looks, the blitzes they're sending you on that allows you to be able to affect the quarterback in that manner?
I think it just comes from just within the scheme we play and just how we operate and the play, the call. Like, it could be anybody right there. It's just about doing your job and really just playing assignment sound football. But I feel like the way we press to the quarterback, though, I feel like people really see that, and offenses going to have to take account for that because people know Coach G aggressive, and we're going to keep doing that, keep sending pressure, and just playing our style of football.
Yeah, and the latest offense that is going to have to figure that out is the Iowa State Cyclones this Saturday at home in Ames. Their offensive coordinator is a young man by the name of Taylor Moser, and he spoke this week about the Arizona Wildcats defense, what he sees in them, and how the Cyclones are going to have to try to navigate Arizona to try and have a chance to win on Saturday night.
Their defense is a problem. They made some really good adjustments from last year, and they're different than probably anything that at least I've seen since I've been with Coach Campbell. And just the changes that they've made from last year, the way that the defense runs the football, the blitzing, the twisting, the differences in fronts, it's a real challenge. And credit to those guys for the turnaround they've made. They have a lot of seniors on the defense that play really, really hard, and it's fun to watch, and it'll be an incredible challenge to us. But that defense that they have is really, really good, and they're going to be tough for us next week and for a lot of people going forward. They've done a great job.
4 o'clock this Saturday, you'll hear it right here on Wildcats Radio 1290, Arizona, Iowa State for the first time since 1968. DK on the Sports Tip, we got one segment left to go. We'll give you your Casino del Sol replay and a little bit more. Dragon Ball is getting you home every 20 minutes on the fives with your traffic and your weather.
From the AutoNation Honda and BMW Tucson Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together. We have an incident with unknown injuries over at North Oracle Road and East El Conquistador Way. Oracle seeing a major backup on north and southbound sides as you approach the cross streets there. And an accident over at North Swan Road and East Glen Street. The intersection here completely backed up, so try to get around that if you can. For your weather right now, currently sitting about 99 degrees. We're out of the hundreds earlier than I thought, but we'll be out of the 90s once we get to 9 p.m. I'm Dragon Ball with your Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together.
This report is sponsored by Rooter Ranger 24/7 Plumbing, Sewer, and Drains. For fast, affordable plumbing and emergency drain services, call Rooter Ranger and get out of plumbing danger. RooterRanger.com.
888-7-RANGER. Get you out of plumbing danger.
Tucson, why do drivers choose Oral Ford? Because nothing beats the Oral Ford Advantage. Here's how it works. Lowest tax rate in Arizona. No tricky dealer add-ons. The largest new Ford inventory in Tucson. And no gimmicks. When I say $6K off MSRP on Broncos, that means all Broncos, not just select models. I will meet or beat any out-the-door price or pay you $500 in cash. I'm Alex Medina, and I'm fired up to bring you the Oral Ford Advantage. Drive a little, save a lot at Oral Ford.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm. A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, their award-winning tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Find the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief today for a free consultation.
Call 800-410-6744. 800-410-6744. 800-410-6744.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
If you are a fighter, Modelo is your reward. So listen close. You put up with a lot, but you always hold it down for your people. You are strong. You are fearless. You are the baddest on the block. You are an elbow grease factory, a force of nature. You are not to be reckoned with. You are a ride or die, a powerhouse of productivity. You are a fighter, and Modelo is your reward. You've earned every last drop of this rich golden lager, so raise it up high. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
Summer may be winding down, but the Arizona heat isn't going anywhere. Keep your AC strong through this endless summer with Rightway. When systems are pushed too hard, they fail, causing strange noises, unusual smells, or no cool air at all. Rightway is here with 15% off any AC repair to get you comfortable fast. Or be proactive and book your $65 AC tune-up today and avoid emergency breakdowns. Call 520-640-COOL or visit rightwayac.com.
Wildcat fans, Arizona football tickets are on sale now. Join the party at Arizona Stadium all season long as your Arizona Wildcats take on year 2 in the Big 12. There's nothing better than an Arizona football game day, from the tailgating scene to the action on the field. So bring a friend and get your tickets now by calling 520-621-2287. That's 621-CATS, or by visiting ArizonaWildcats.com/FB. And as always, bear down.
What you're driving right now may be worth more than you think, and O'Reilly Chevrolet wants to buy it. No matter the make or model, we'll pay top dollar today, or trade up to a top quality pre-owned vehicle from our huge selection of used cars, trucks, and SUVs. We're on Broadway next to Park Place Mall. Call 747-8000 or visit O'Reilly.com. It's pretty easy. We'll simply pay you more for what you're driving than anybody else. O'Reilly Used Cars, giving you more since 1924.
O'Reilly Chevrolet.
Looking for top-notch lumber and framing? Johnson Manley Lumber has been your trusted expert since 1970, specializing in both residential and commercial projects. Our experienced teams, cutting-edge technology, and reliable supply chain ensure your framing is on time and on budget every time. We're proud to be employee-owned and community-rooted in Tucson. Learn more at johnsonmanley.net. Proud supporter of the University of Arizona radio broadcast. Go Wildcats.
This is Zach Gelb with the Sports Minute, sponsored by BetMGM. Own your moment. Make it legendary. Please gamble responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. At 0-3, the Giants are a tough watch right now. If they started Russell Wilson this Sunday against the Chargers, there would be zero reason for any Giant fan to be excited to tune into the game. There was no way to justify not starting Jackson Dart anymore, and the Giants made the right call yesterday, handing the keys to Dart, who they hope will be their next franchise QB. I'm Zach Gelb.
What's up, football fans? Picture this. You bet on your favorite player to score the first touchdown in the game, but his teammate scores instead. If this happens, BetMGM wants to give you another chance at the end zone. With BetMGM's second chance promotion, you'll get your stake back if your first touchdown scorer scores second instead. That's right. Bet on any pro football player to score the first touchdown of the game. If you're right, you win. If your player scores second, you get your stake back in cash. With BetMGM's second chance offer, you have a chance to keep the fun going after the first player crosses the goal line. Try a first touchdown scorer wager with confidence today. BetMGM. Make it legendary. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. Must be 21 years of age or older. Arizona only. Existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards paid back in unrestricted withdrawable funds. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP.
DK on the sports tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
It is the final week of the Major League Baseball season, and we are scoreboard watching. One of the teams we've got an eye on is trying to win the American League East, and that's the New York Yankees.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out in a 2-2 ball game, bottom 9. There's the pitch from Wilson. Breaking ball, little looper into center field. Coming on, it drops in front. Here comes Judge around third. The throw not in time. Jose Caballero with the victory for the clinch a playoff spot.
So that was last night. The Yankees beat the White Sox to clinch the third of the 6 positions in the American League. So now you got the Blue Jays and the Yankees. They are in, and they are still battling for the American League East. The Blue Jays entered today with a 1-game lead over the Yankees. The other team that's in is the Mariners. They have clinched a spot in the West, but they have not yet won that division. So we have no division winners yet in the American League. Cleveland and Detroit are tied atop the American League Central, but the Guardians, with their win last night over the Tigers, won the season series, so they have the tiebreaker if Cleveland and Detroit were to finish tied at the end of the year.
Real quick, I think if you're the Rockies play-by-play guy, you bring that much enthusiasm, but haven't the Yankees made like 92% of every single Major League Baseball playoff since the league started?
Yeah, pretty much. 27 American League pennants or something of that crazy of that nature. Yeah, a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. So here's what we got tonight. Updates for you. The Guardians are leading the Tigers 3-1, bottom of the 5th. So a win by the Guardians gives them a game separation on the Tigers with 4 games left to play after tonight. The Pirates are leading the Reds 2-0. That game is in the bottom of the 8th. That's important if you're a Diamondbacks fan, because right now Cincinnati and Arizona are tied with each other. The Phillies are beating up on the Marlins 11-1. The Phillies are still trying to potentially get that get the number 2 seed, and they'll likely wrap that up. Right now, they're still 4 games behind the Brewers, but they are likely going to be the number 2 seed and have the bye. The Mets and the Cubs that's no score right now. That is in the 3rd inning. Mets right now hold that final wild card spot in the National League. They are 1 game up on the Reds and 1 game up on the Diamondbacks. The Padres have already lost today. They fell to the Milwaukee Brewers 3-1. So currently the Dodgers lead in the West is 2 games over the Padres, pending what happens tonight. LA wins, it's 2.5. LA loses, it's 1.5 over the Dodgers. Now, we know the Padres play the Diamondbacks to end the season. The Dodgers, for their final 3 games after they leave Arizona, they will be, who will they play here? They will play Seattle. They'll play at Seattle, so that's not easy because Seattle is still playing for something in the American League as well. So that's what we've got right now in the game of baseball currently. Games tonight, you've got the Mariners. They're going to host the Rockies. So there you go. They'll likely win tonight. And in terms of the Astros, they're still trying to win a division. They'll be on the road against the Athletics tonight up in Sacramento. The Jays are losing right now. By the way, the Jays are losing at home 4-0 in the 7th to the Red Sox. So if the scores hold up as they are right now, the Yankees and the Jays will be tied atop the American League East at the end of the night.
It's a big old mess. You
got to love it. You got to love Major League Baseball the final week of the season. All right, time now for your Casino del Sol replay. Casino del Sol replay. It's brought to you by Casino del Sol, home of award-winning dining, gaming, resorts, and golf. So we had 2 tremendous comebacks last night. The first was from the Arizona Diamondbacks.
And now with 2 outs, a full count. Bottom of the 9th, we're tied at 4. Tawa at second. Scott, a look at second. Now he deals. Swung on. Base hit left field. Tawa rounding third. Here comes Cosgrove to the plate. Diamondbacks win!
And after that game, Torey Lovello just hammering home again how gritty his guys are.
A highly charged moment in a highly charged stadium. It was a great moment for this team, for everything they've been fighting for all the ups, the downs, the good moments, the bad moments. You keep flushing them day by day. These guys go out. It's all about them. They go out and link up to one another and fight as hard as any team I've ever managed. And I'm proud to be their manager for that reason. You guys saw the same thing I did. They never shut down. They were going up probably against the best stuff we've seen all year in Ohtani. He was locked in, and we knew it was going to be a tough battle for us, and we were trying to scratch across any type of momentum that we could, but he never let it happen. And then once we got into the bullpen and we started to maneuver a little bit, the boys responded. And that's, to me, what this game is all about. When your competitive best is needed, the most critical time, you can rise up to the occasion. So no more, nothing bigger than Dell's 2-run home run, nothing bigger than the sack bunt with 2 strikes, nothing bigger than Barossa, who has been learning day by day and piece by piece about what it's going to take to be a major league hitter, slows the game down and hits a huge sack fly for us. So this was a team effort, and I feel like, we continue to build momentum every single day, and this is who we are. You see it. We lay it out there. We play with grit and determination every single day, and when it shows up like that, it's a special moment. And I was just really proud of what happened.
All right, 6:40 first pitch tonight. Dodgers a slight favorite. Blake Snell on the mound for L.A., Ryan Nelson for your Diamondbacks. And then up in Minnesota, down 20 in the third quarter, it was your Phoenix Mercury rallying to win.
Whitcomb gets it off. No. Thomas keeps it alive. 8 seconds left. Whitcomb, another look to tie. You bet! Sammy Whitcomb has tied it at 79.
That was in regulation. Mercury would win 89-83 in overtime. Nate Tibbetts on his team's grit.
I think just pride and toughness, grit. I couldn't be more proud of our group for doing that. I believe this is our 4th game in 7 nights, and so I was a little worried going into the game, but boy, they really responded in the second half. I mean, we just kept fighting.
Gritty boys and gritty girls. That's what we love to see out here in the desert. Game number 3 will be back here in the desert on Friday night up at the PHX
Get out there,
Arena.
X Factor.
Yeah, let's go. Let's get that. Let's pack the house and make it loud here in the desert for the Lynx coming back. We do not want them to have to go back. Oh, we want them to go home, but we don't want them to have to go home playing any more basketball.
You want the Lynx to go home with their tail between their legs. Yeah.
There you go. If that's what Lynx do.
Lynx have tails, sure.
Okay.
Why not?
There we go. Those are your Casino del Sol replays for today, brought to you by Casino del Sol, home of award-winning dining, gaming, resorts, and play a little golf at Sawilo. All right, that's going to do it for us tonight. Thanks to Robert Castaneda from Pima Soccer for joining us. Braden Bush from the Stillwater News Press, giving us everything we needed to know about the firing of Mike Gundy. We'll be back with you for a short show tomorrow at 3 o'clock, 3 to 4:30, leading you into Cardinals football right here tomorrow night on Wildcats Radio 1290. It's the Seahawks and the Cardinals Thursday night football. For Dragon Ball, for cricket, who is off, and for JW Mad, my name is David Kelly. That's our time for tonight. Thank you very much for your time. Have a great evening. We'll talk to you tomorrow. This is Wildcats Radio 1290.
From the AutoNation Honda and BMW Tucson Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together. We have an accident over at East Speedway and North Euclid Avenue, slowing things down at that intersection, and also an accident with injury at West St. Mary's Road and North Silverbell Road. This one right in front of the Crondale at St. Mary's Hospital. Try to avoid this if you have to get to St. Mary's. Try to go ahead and go around and get past that crash. For your weather, we're currently out of the hundreds at 99 degrees. We'll continue the cool down here, going to 89 at 9. I'm Dragon Ball with you, Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together.
This report is sponsored by Staples. Your local Staples has hot deals and super low prices throughout the store on everything for your business. And right now at Staples, save up to $125 off your print order. Exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details. Ends 11/1. Plus, save even more with the Easy Rewards program at Staples.
Tobacco Barn presents the continuing saga of Captain Tobacco.
My hero.
To advertise up to 40% off at Tobacco Barn, paying no city or state sales tax, and saving up to $3 off with a coupon at TobaccoBarnTucson.com, I'm going to jump from this airplane at 30,000 feet.
I hope he's careful.
It's Tucson's only place to save up to 40% on all your favorite tobacco products. You'll pay no city or state sales tax because they're on the reservation.
Wait, where's the ripcord?
And save up to another $3 off with a coupon at TobaccoBarnTucson.com.
Oh no, he forgot his parachute.
I did it! Hooray! That's why I'm Captain Tobacco!
Captain, you seem a little shorter.
I prefer vertically challenged, my dear.
Tobacco Barn, Nogales Highway, just south of Valencia. Check TobaccoBarnTucson.com.
Or did everyone else get taller?
Oh, brother.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results may vary.
Attention! Have you racked up $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is notifying consumers about significant debt relief options currently being made available to help those with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of credit card debt for those who qualify. You don't need to declare bankruptcy or take out a consolidation loan, and you may only have to pay back a fraction of what you owe, even if you have bad credit. National Debt Relief has already reduced the credit card debt for more than 550,000 consumers. So don't wait. If you owe $10,000, $20,000, or even $100,000 in credit card debt, you can now take advantage of this financial debt relief as the cost of living continues to skyrocket. To check what debt reduction you may qualify for, call 800-599-5858. 800-599-5858. That's 800-599-5858.
Wow, this is bad.
Oh no. How bad? When will my AC be fixed?
You know, I don't know. It's your flux capacitor. They don't make them anymore. Special order. Couple grand easy.
Oh my God, what?
Don't get air-conned into paying for shoddy service and stuff you don't need. Put Goodfellas on the job. Goodfellas AC will repair or install your AC the right way the first time. You'll know up front exactly what it'll cost and how long it'll take. No surprises and free second opinions. Good service, good prices, Goodfellas.
Why do Tucson drivers choose Oro Ford? It's the exclusive Oro Ford Advantage. I'll break it down for you. Save 2% on taxes right off the top. No expensive dealer add-ons, no gimmicks. When I say $6K off MSRP on Explorers, that's every Explorer, not just select models. I will meet or beat any out-the-door price or pay you $500 cash. I'm Alex Medina. We're proud to bring you the exclusive Oro Ford Advantage.
Back your hometown favorite. Get your very own exclusive University of Arizona debit card from Hughes Federal Credit Union. Pair your new card with a free checking account that earns dividends with no monthly fees, no minimum balance, and convenient 24/7 online and mobile banking. Visit one of our 7 convenient branch locations to get your card instantly or open an account online at hughesfcu.org/wildcats. Show your Wildcat spirit all year long with Hughes Federal Credit Union. Certain restrictions apply. Insured by NCUA.
Snakes, zombies, public speaking. The list of fears is endless. But the real danger is in your hand when you're behind the wheel. Distracted driving is what's really scary and even deadly. Eyes forward. Don't drive distracted. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Tune into Wildcats Radio 1290 weekly for Brett Brennan's Football Press Conference, where you can catch up on all things Arizona football this season. The Football Press Conference, sponsored by Coors Light.
KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus Media station. The Wildcats Radio 1290 studios are brought to you by ICCU at ICCU.com. We are your home for Arizona athletics. This is Wildcats Radio 1290.